Okay, there you go. Yeah, we live.
Outer Haven.
Assemble! Dun, 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 dun.
The Nicky intro.
Okay, guys, this is Outer Haven, and we are here today to discuss the new chapter of One Piece. Chapter 865.
Cool.
So, guys, what are your thoughts on the chapter?
Good chapter overall.
Yeah.
I gave it an 8.
8.
I give it a 9, man.
What? Why so high?
Why so high, dude? Come on, it was hype. What do you mean?
It was alright. I mean, it's I feel like I definitely didn't like the fact that Smoothie was just standing around. Like we finally see her.
They actually showed a panel of it this time.
Yeah, like they actually show her doing nothing. Like,
which is like it's just pathetic, bro. Like when you finally see her and she's cowering and like, oh, please stop, Beige, somebody.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. Like my only gripe, of course, like it's like a lot of the stuff that was kind of like said in this chapter was kind of said in the previous chapter, but the whole factor of like we're actually getting to see like Big Mom show emotions. We're getting to see like the whole like the Hashoko Haki. Like, come on, like that was epic. The fact that Big News Morgans was able to hold off, like, dude, when he was like standing up still, like closing his ears, I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And, like I was shocked though. Like Monteor though was like one of the people that fell.
Yeah.
I don't think he got knocked out. I think he just fell over. Just like he just.
I feel like that dude got knocked out.
I was gonna say I think he's
knocked out. There's no way like you just tip over and like get back up right away.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't got to get up right back up like right away. It's just that he fell over. Like you ain't never
trip on nothing.
You never like bringing pain.
But think about it.
Like
Yeah, what was Zeppo? Remember when not Zeppo, but freaking Beppo back in the Sabaody when like Rayleigh shot off his hockey, right? Like even like was it Penguin Stuffer was saying like, oh, like we felt that hockey, we were nervous, but they didn't fall down. Monteor completely fell down, like.
Yeah, but with Big Mom, it's not just the hockey though; it's that scream too. Matter of fact, the scream is the thing that's really keeping people in at bay. More than the hockey.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the hockey is what's knocking them out.
It's a mix. It has to be a mix.
It's not knocking out anybody with a name though.
Well, okay, so let's assume right, Monteor and them are not knocked out, but they're knocked down. Then what if they just get back up and like, because if they see Judge them getting free, wouldn't they come back up and be okay? Like, no.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they weren't covering their ears; they were just falling over.
Yeah,
Monteor was covering his ears.
Oh, he was. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, let me see. I thought he was covering his ears.
He wasn't ready for the new world.
But I would say for the chapter, like I gave it like a 7, only because I'm more hyped for next week, much more than I am this week. I felt like this chapter was a lot more like last week's, whereas Cat Curry trying to chase Luffy down, Pedro and Jinbei stopping him. And the only thing really that we saw, I would say, like what Law said, which is the emotions from Big Mom, which now like I don't know, the backstory hype. That's what I'm waiting for. Then like I agree with Steve, like, bro, how the fuck are like the Smoothie just not doing anything at all?
Yeah.
At all.
He's like, someone help me.
It's not as bad as Judge though.
I know that's the thing. It's not as bad as that.
But still, like when you're reading it, you kind of pause for a moment. It's like somebody do something. It's like, isn't that supposed to be?
Yeah. Right,
Yeah,
but you could be doing nothing and still taking at least a small W. Judge literally was like, like there's no honor between thieves. Like there's honor between thieves. Like, come on, for real? Like,
no, he's right though. No,
the same thing with pirates.
Yeah, like he even said, "Don't trust these pirates." You know what I mean? And like, now he's about to like they're churning on him. He's saying there should be honor. Like, no, he said, "Don't trust them, bro." Like,
I don't think he didn't say he didn't trust them. He just said he doesn't like pirates.
Like he wasn't like right, but like the whole the thing was like if you go back to like Punk Hazard with Robin, right? She said like a lot of these alliances come end in betrayal. So
that's just a bunch of scrubs teaming up with each other, not with the Yonko. You don't think
that's in general. Yeah, that's Chico for in general though.
Wait, so you guys think that Big Mom Judge should know about the betrayal?
Yeah, like in general, like, it depends. Like, regardless,
he should have been more wary. He was caught.
My thing, bro, is like any manga, anything in the world, bro. If you're like a top tier assassin, your job is basically killing people and like having like multiple plans on top of multiple plans. How the fuck are you gonna go in there and be like, oh yeah, it's just a wedding? Like they don't know at all about any of this shit. Like they I don't know, man. I feel like he knew. Like Oda wrote it almost to me as if like the things like when he's like, oh yeah, like you don't have any giants on the island, blah blah blah, stuff like that, as if he knew what was gonna happen. And the fact that they were getting like fucking drunk as shit the night before or whatever, it seemed like he knew what was going on. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh my god, how dare they betray us? Like we Pinky promised.
Yeah,
I felt like it was like, bro. Remember what's his name? Yanji. He straight told them like, be pirates, like come get it from me, steal that shit from me, like do what you do best. And now they're like weary that a pirate's betraying them. Like what?
Yeah. Like I don't know, man. Like it's still like to me, it's still a good chapter. Not to mention the fact that like we got to find out too. Peril Sparrow can see into the future. As a lot of people I've seen, like they've seen that part, but they just kind of like look over it, and that's important. Because what we saw with Daifuku and Oven, like for like the longest time with like the Big Mom Pirates, we've seen like okay, they have some strong people, the commanders, but everyone else is like looking at. But now we're looking at the third and fourth son. The first son can see into the future too. Not to mention we're talking about the skinny Majin Buu. Like
he was just.
No, I think he was just commenting that.
Yeah, I think he was just like I can see what's going to happen now. Like I know where this is going.
Like you guys are gonna die, and then
I think that's what he meant. I don't think. I don't think like I can see into the future.
I saw it as like he saw Cat Curry's getting worried about something that happened, and he knows Cat Curry can see in the future. So he's like, shit, like, what happened? Because Cat Curry was all like nonchalant before, and as soon as like the last chapter happened, where he was like all like, oh, I see what you're doing, like Straw Hat, and then he started like chasing him. I think that was like a change of attitude. Therefore, like Peril Sparrow looked at him like, okay, like he's trying now. There's like something that's going on.
How do you guys felt that Capone actually dealt with like finally showing his true face to Katakuri?
I think
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about Katakuri. How did he not realize Capone had betrayed him when he yelled out loud, "Defend Straw Hat"? Like pages into this chapter, like, you betrayed Capone?
Big Mom Pirates were retarded.
Yeah,
that's all I can. Honestly, that's all I can say.
It's like disbelief. It's like a stupid disbelief. It's like for someone that like deliberately is betraying you, like one way to react. Like
last chapter, he was like, "Shoot Straw Hat to death," and he was like, "I refuse." See, you could only see it. He's like talking all this shit to him, and then he's like, "Wait, you're betraying us?" It's like, dude,
I think.
Get with it.
I mean, it could have been some of like this chapter. He like is confirming for himself that like Beige isn't going to come back to their side, because. Think of Virgo, kind of like how like when he went full muscle form in Law, like Dofi was probably thinking that, like, okay, he went full muscle form, therefore Law knows what's going to happen, so he's going to like stop doing the crazy shit he's doing, like give up. And I think that's what like Kakar was like trying to do for Capone, was like intimidate him to give up, but Capone is crazy as fucking doesn't care.
Yeah. Let me just say, Capone, man, like I said this before with you guys, but like he's made this arc so much better, and just like even like doing little things like he's doing right now, like
right.
I don't know, man.
The battle of him and Gotti and Vito standing up, the big mom with the bazookas ready.
That was like hype. Yeah, like even when I saw for myself, I'm like, there's no way like she's gonna go down like this. But then it's like the way things are being set up right now for the story, the chance of it could happen, but like
it's not looking good.
That knee scrape.
But I feel like whatever happens from this flashback is going to counter this. Don't know why. Like I feel like something crazy happens.
So for the knee scrape, right? If you look on the part right above, like where she's first about to fall, it looks like she already had the scar from there prior. So
I mean, how do you get a scar from scraping your knee?
Well, what I'm wondering is, I think this is going to be in the flashback. I think originally she scraped her knee as a kid, and because like her body's still growing, and maybe like it was with giants, so maybe like when you're younger as a giant, you don't like build up that like immunity, like physical immunity to everything. So that one part where she like scraped her knee, it like stayed, like the tissue stayed like weak, because like scarred tissue stays weak, like it doesn't ever come back fully if it's completely scarred. So like that might be her literally one and only place. And now what I'm wondering is, imagine if like even though she gets knocked down, right, and she's bleeding off her knee, if somehow that's the only portion of her body that can actually get damaged, and Capone doesn't know that. He only saw that she bled once and assumed that she was like vulnerable everywhere. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, like a pre-existing injury that she's had before. That's what the cause of it. It's not like everywhere.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. I was also thinking
that'd be some troll shit too, though. Like he's like, hey, they got me, but like, nope, just fucking like kills them all.
They kill him under the troll theory.
What were you saying?
If you actually perform experiments, you only know what has been done before. Like you don't know what will happen if you pour one liquid in another. If no one like has done it before. So that's kind of like the same situation. He only saw the until her knees were scraped, not like the rest of it.
Yeah. And so that's why I think is like, I just don't think that he knows. If this is the case, I don't think he would know that the rest of her body is still the same and can't be damaged. It's just that one portion of her knee.
Hey,
Yeah.
Since I got here late, I just wanted to say my initial thoughts on the chapter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't care about the first 2 pages where Caesar was just recapping everything.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I didn't like Reiju's speech. It felt corny.
Yeah.
And I didn't like Smoothie not doing anything, but that's about it. Everything else is fine.
I don't know. I like that we actually get the setup of like the escape and stuff. Like that's cool because now we know like where they'll be escaping from and everything. But like they could have done the last chapter.
Yeah, I feel like Oda slows down the pacing for the chapter before break.
They didn't have to have like two pages for that though. Like two whole pages for Caesar.
You mean Gastino?
Yeah, Gangsta Gastino. He's no longer Caesar Clown.
I'm still calling him Caesar.
I'm calling that nigga Gastino.
Nah, Gastino, man. That's all he goes by.
Yeah.
That's
So I really want to talk about the Elbath part, but like obviously we could probably weigh on that. What do you guys think about fucking them having the raid suits, which doesn't really make that much sense to me. Like, where the fuck did they get the raid suits?
Well, I mean, Capone was in charge of security.
They got him from Capone.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I mean, I assume that, but that's not really answered. They could have a flashback on how they got the raid suits, maybe.
Now, do you think that they're going to actually fight someone, or what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, people have been telling me all like
they might now.
There's not going to be any fights. There's going to be clashes or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a full-on fight.
I think it was stupid though, the fact that they were so useless without the raid suit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
I feel like they should have been able to still break the candy.
Yeah, they should be able to do something. Like if Sanji can do something without his raid suit, without a raid suit, not his raid suit because he didn't have one. They should be able to.
And they
got the same modifications.
Yeah, well, they have better mod. Like they had iron bodies and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like so, they should have easily been able to do something. That's what didn't really make sense to me. Why they needed anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm looking into like the little things that Ichiji and stuff were getting. It kind of reminded me of like the capsules in like Dragon Ball. Like if that's where like the raid suits are coming from and stuff, like that's what I'm thinking. Like holy shit, like that's a nice little reference. But it's like, man, like those iron bodies had to come for like had to be like useful. You know, it's like.
I'm thinking about it. Like Capone didn't even have to take the raid suits though, because it seemed like Perospero didn't even know what they were.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and they weren't even wearing them. And if they got them in these easily concealable capsules, they could have definitely kept those raid suits on them.
Raid suits don't look as stylish as your wedding gear, though.
No, I'm saying they could have kept it in the capsule. Had it in their pocket because apparently that's what they had in the first place. Because they weren't wearing them to the wedding. We saw what they were wearing to the wedding.
Yeah, I mean, if they're capsule size too, they should be able to sneak it in there and stuff.
They want it to look fresh. The raid suits kind of look only half fresh.
Yeah, but I'm not saying they should have wore the raid suit. The raid suits. I'm saying they could have had it in their pocket.
Yeah, put it in the pockets instead of bringing it on, and then it's like, okay, I'll put it on afterwards.
Because apparently that's what they did anyway.
Sparrow would have came up way, and then they'd be like, "Oh man, we didn't have time to put on our raid suits."
Is there a rocket in your pocket?
Yep. but like even then too, like it would make more sense too. Let's say Capone was working with the Vince Smokes as well. That would allow them to be able to have like the capsules still inside their pockets to be able to use the raid suits later. But the fact that like we know there was no like kind of connection between the two, like of course they're going by protocol, so they have to take like whatever items and stuff are from like potential like enemies and stuff.
Wasn't Niji using powers without his raid suit earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very tough to judge the Vince Smokes because after that last chapter, man, with like the crying and shit, like especially with Ichiji, like I like him just seeing his face, like the reaction he was getting from like the capsule and stuff. Yeah, I'm just thinking like, what the hell's going on, man? Like with these guys.
I think they were like fired up now to fight. It was weird to see Sanji come on the table, though. I'm not gonna lie. This like I feel Oda was trying to be like make him look badass now.
Yeah,
I mean, like that was him standing on a table. It's not exactly.
I don't know, but
feet were on fire.
That was a sick ass pose, though. I'm not gonna lie, like the table's like burning and stuff around. Like, come on.
Yeah, like he was trying to like make it all look cool. Like you guys owe me now.
Yeah, especially a judge. Like he made that face, like he's like, oh, like he's about to cry again, and he just looks up. And it's like, oh shit, Sanji. Yeah,
all I'm saying is if we see a fight from Ichiji and Niji, they better do way better than like anything. Like I just feel like I want to see them be stronger than Sanji, but like if they're not, that's kind of sad.
Yeah,
I don't think there'd be such a huge gap between like Niji and Yonji.
I would hope there would be, but
like it has to be
because like Yanji pretty much got one shot. Looked like he got like no diff because like Sasuke wasn't even like scratched after. So if they're all that garbage, like I don't know, man. Because like they get hired by people. They're from the North Blue. They get hired around like by countries to take out take out people, take out assassins, do like finish wars for them. Like these should be very, very powerful people to a point.
Yeah, but Bobbins does the same thing.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like if the bomb does what we think, which is just knocking people out, like that's different. I don't know. I guess just how I see it is like there are people that can take out an entire country by themselves.
Yeah. That's the thing that gets me too, man. But Bobbins is taking a dirt nap right now, and this guy, like, he's destroyed an island. You know, like EGG and EGG were able to like take over, like, you know, like one of like the islands and stuff, like Broccoli Island and stuff, right? And it's just like we have like those feats, and yet like this is what we're seeing from them right now. Like I know Oda might have something right now, but like I just hate like how this is like the representation of what their character has to offer right now, and it's like okay, we're gonna make him good later on, you know.
Yeah, these make him look like shit. Which yeah, Oda does kind of do like I know me and Dan. Well, Dan never said it. Was it? Sorry, I'm sidetracking. But we talked about like how Whitebeard during the war, like in the manga originally, he just kind of sat on the ship for a long time. He didn't really do anything until later. And that's hoping what Oda does with all these characters is like, okay, like now shit's going crazy. Like I'll actually use Smoothie, use DG, use EGG, all these people. Like if we don't see them even fight once, it's just so stupid.
Yeah,
it shouldn't even have to be like that though, bro.
So if
like,
Brooks had,
but like,
shoulders, how's he cover his ears? Even though he doesn't have any.
No,
because he's fucking Brook. Stop questioning him.
Yo, it's the dead. You cannot kill what is not what's already dead. You know, like.
So that panel that we saw of Luffy after Big Mom started screaming, was that from the scream or was that just from Katakuri pushing him on the ground?
I think that's from the scream.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Like,
Are you talking about the Luffy on page 11 or?
Hold on, let me see what page it was.
Screaming and shit. I think it was page 11. Like he was like literally like screaming, like almost like, you know, if a Garp had like hit him or something. Like,
yo, who takes the eldest chapter? Is it Peril Sparrow or Smoothie?
Both of them, I think. Smoothie, especially though.
I say Peril Sparrow. Katakuri was like, kill him, and then he like gave a speech. It was like, dude.
Yeah, but we gotta talk about who has the MVP award. Because I think Big News Morgans takes the MVP.
Yeah, double A on page 11.
Katakuri's the MVP, man.
Page 11, where Luffy was like, "Blah."
Oh man,
I wonder what Ichigo and Nicky think of like Chopper giving them shit like a random fucking talking reindeer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I was just some dialogue. Why is the reindeer helping me?
Like Yanji and Ichigo met them, but they're probably, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, Yanji probably told them about it.
Oh, it was so funny if they're like, "Am I still drunk?" Like,
no, not gonna lie though. Carrot with the rabbit boxing gloves, she's ready to go at it.
Oh,
I just called Chopper an idiot.
About to pull some Mike Tyson, bite someone's ear off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Got you.
Well, who's Holyfield in this position?
He's just gonna eat Big Bird probably.
Oh fuck, that would be hype. Yo, imagine the Big News Morgans has like some crazy like Bushoku Haki just to combat that. Like,
no, just summons like a bunch of fucking seagulls.
He takes inspiration from other comics he's done, like Steel Wing from Pokemon. Like,
yo,
I like how Luffy handed Big Mom the photo and she like grabbed it.
Yeah, like
oh, she's so like effed in the head right now. She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah,
because she even says like, "Oh, go on."
I was gonna say like, "Oh, you can go after," because I guess like another topic in the chapter I'll talk about.
But yeah, it's just like she's like, "Hey, everyone here, they won't listen to me." So I wonder if she thinks that like she's talking to them. I don't know. She just doesn't know what the hell is actually going on.
Yeah.
We got 2 weeks for this, man.
Yeah, like I guess that was the thing I wanted to ask you guys. Like, what are your thoughts on like the whole thing with Big Mom? Like, because I know a lot of people were upset over the fact that like, she doesn't know what to be upset about. But I'm looking at a perspective like this. Let's say you're a parent, right? You have all these things in your head, like, you know, let's say bills, you have shit that happened in your life, whatever, right? And your kid comes out of nowhere and breaks your photo of your dad or whatever, something, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything stops at that moment. You're boxing that kid. Everything else goes out the window. You don't care about it after. So I'm like, I don't see what the issue is that like people are having like, oh, what do you need to be mad about, bro? If you're parents and you've gone through these kind of things and stuff, like you should know like what the hell it's like to be in these situations.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like I feel like you'd also be like kind of like it'd be one of those things where like, imagine that, like if a ton of shit happened to you like horrible in one day, like say you got in a car accident, say someone died in your family, blah blah blah. Like you just be like fuck. Like anything else that happened, it'd be probably so like either trivial that you wouldn't care, or you just would be like mentally exhausted to the point where you just don't care anymore. And that's kind of how I saw it. It's like it's just like she's just like I don't even care about life anymore. She's just given up.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like I was saying to you guys before too, it's been so funny if like Bobbins actually showed up and like right there and then, like he takes pretty much the brunt of whatever rage like Big Mom has right there and then. It's like, oh, I know what's going on. It's like, nope, you're dead. I'm pissed off.
Waiting for fucking Bobbins and what's his name, Peckham's to fucking show up.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna be integrated into this. Like,
it seems like this part's almost over. Like, because the whole plan revolves around them shooting these rockets, and they're about to shoot the rockets.
Up to stop the rockets with his shell.
I would be surprised.
I'm still waiting on Jack Skellington to slice the chateau in half, bro.
Because if he blocks it, and then Reiju sucks the poison out of Peckham's, I could see that happening.
What'd you say, Devil?
How does Peckham's get through this sound, but Katakuri can't?
Because he's a fucking turtle.
Yeah, bro. Like
that doesn't make any sense.
I'm a turtle expert.
No. You know how he gets through it? Because what's it called? Capone told Peckham the whole plan, so he already knows to bring earplugs.
You know what? You know what I don't understand? I don't understand why they don't have earplugs just in case. Like they saw how easy it happened the first time. Like a waiter just bumped into the table and knocked over the pitcher, right? That's what they said.
I mean,
so I mean, why wouldn't you have earplugs just in case?
I mean, someone did it again. You probably wouldn't even notice in time.
Yeah, but I mean, they got time to put their hands over their ears, right? They got enough time to put earplugs into their ears.
She probably puts her kids in fights like battle royals and shit. Whoever wins the battle royal gets the earplugs. So Montier probably lost. So he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm screwed."
Throw that shit on the ground.
Well, Smoothie doesn't have any earplugs either. Well, she's lazy, so she probably don't even compete.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Oh, what if she? You know, because she can like drain like the moisture out of things. Like I know it's like a crazy theory, but like, what if she can take away the wax out of like your ears and stuff, so like it prevents from like like sound, like screwing up her sound in her ears and shit. So, like when she's hearing.
I'll take that over her just not doing anything.
That too, yeah. That too.
That's a better explanation than what Oda's giving us.
Definitely.
My one and only weakness, doing things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so
how
bad.
the hell are you gonna, how do you have almost close to a billion berry bounty? You ain't done nothing yet. Unless like Oda's saving for something crazy. Like
blame Oda, man.
I'm getting tired of that saving thing. Why does everybody keep saying that Oda's saving? Like
he does this in almost every arc.
What is he saving things for? Just let us see what you have in store.
It's like the hype. It's really realistically just the hype for it.
I mean,
it's why he like offering
things too easy now.
Like I'm gonna feel like I've been cheated if I see something dope, knowing that it could have happened way earlier.
But like it's one of those.
I guess like to put a hole in.
Imagine in chapter 1 if we saw like Whitebeard versus Akainu, and then you see the later fights like Arlong versus Luffy or whatever. Like it's a cool fight, but it's like nowhere near like the hype of what it was. You know what I mean?
But bro, I'm going to enjoy the fight if it's good, regardless. It don't matter what I've seen before it.
Yeah, like in Kingdom.
Yeah, perfect example.
I know, but I don't know, man. Like, because the thing with One Piece is like you expect, like, because it's a very story-driven series too, right? So like you expect like after each arc and stuff, like the levels of what we're expecting are supposed to go up to like another tier, because by end of series we should be seeing some crazy shit like islands being destroyed.
If it's story-driven, the action shouldn't matter.
I don't know, man. You gotta talk to Oda about that one.
Action drives the series, though. Like every major conflict is resolved by fighting.
It does. But you know what? Trust Oda.
Like it. Aren't they gonna talk about it in the Reverie?
Are they gonna talk about what, the Reverie?
No, I'm saying like you said someone said every arc is resolved by fighting, and I'm like, well, I mean, at the Reverie they might talk about it. I was just being.
Oh no! I mean, I could see like some kind of random, like if Dragon shows up, like we could see a clash, like something will happen. I got faith in Oda still. I mean, come on, 865 straight chapters of fire. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, not all 865 are fire, but I can see what you mean.
I don't know. so
anybody remember Gats?
What Gats? Oh, I need to ask too. Like, was Wormdog's brother in the chapter? I'm trying to search for him, but I couldn't find him.
I don't think so. You don't remember Gats with the countdown?
Oh man, I mean, who wants to remember Gats?
Like 865 chapters of fire.
I mean, like when you exclude that part, I mean, it's really
800 chances of fire there.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I guess from a weekly experience, no. But if you go through a marathon, it's 865 chapters of fire. But yeah, man. I mean, I guess we can go and talk about the LBAF stuff since we probably have like a lot of like stuff we want to cover, like, you know, what we think could potentially happen with this flashback, considering we like 2 more weeks until the next chapter. But like, what do you guys think? Like, what we could possibly see?
I just wanted to say, if Big Mom is a giant, she ages horribly. She's only like 68, looks old as shit, and all the other giants are like 100 and shit.
Still look like they're in their prime.
That's gonna be interesting. I mean, I want to know too, like if we'll see like Loki's dad, like or even Loki himself or something, you know, during like this
live a long time. It's probably Loki.
Do you think they're probably this? I can't say they're the same age, but like,
well, they aren't the same age, but I mean, they aren't going to be like, it's not a lifetime. 60 years, isn't it?
I mean, what was their lifespan like? The longest, like I think his average like what 100 years or something.
It was like 300.
I think the average lifespan is 300.
300. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like we could potentially. I don't know, because it hasn't stated what Loki's age was, so like he could be like a bit older than Big Mom or something. I don't know. Oh, maybe let's see. But like, I really do like the whole thing I was saying before, like the whole like the shadowy thing we saw like at the very end of the panel, where I kind of think at the same time we could potentially see like either like the Adam tree or like the Eve tree, like, you know, like one of like the great trees of One Piece and stuff, like the whole like tree of life thing that they were talking about before. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I don't really know what you're talking about. They only like mentioned that once. I'm sorry.
So we got a full body view of Mother Caramel, right?
I mean, we got a full body view of her back.
Yeah. So does she look taller than what you expected?
Kind of. I was expecting a midget.
Yeah, I was expecting her to be like Miss Buckins or Granny Neon's size. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it confirms that it can't be Miss Bucking at all. What if like, there's no way I can see it being her? Like she's too small, man. Like.
What if Miss Buckin, Neon, and Mother Caramel are all sisters?
Oh, if they're from like the same, like, you know, like church or whatever, like they worked as nuns and what, like back in the day. I don't know. It's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, a good way to tie them into, like, you know, with Weevil and stuff. Like, I don't know, because I don't know. It's weird.
What if they might also be connected to where Bonnie is taking her when she's captured?
Ooh, where Bonnie? What she was taken to? What to Elbaf?
No. So Neon, Miss Caramel, and Miss Buckin might have like been from different places, like Elbaf and Amazon Island, but their origins might have been the same place, and that might be the place where Bonnie is taken if she's captured.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah, okay. We see some comments in the chat too. Monkey D. Rose says Big Mom isn't a giant; she's an oversized human. The giants at Eleni's lobby were making fun of oversized humans. I mean, I think we've said this before. We agree she's a defective giant, like, you know, born by defect.
I always have to say that, but everyone except me.
I mean, everyone except Devil Egg believes in this. What do you believe in, Devil Egg?
I don't know. It's like if she was a giant, when Judge made that giant comment, she was like, "Oh, well, I'm a giant, so all my kids are half giant," and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But and again, maybe that's just me like looking at the details too much.
Yeah, I mean, like, and again, you would be embarrassed. Like, I think from her perspective, she might be embarrassed to kind of tell people, like, you know, I am part giant, considering we know that like the giants of Elbaf like really hate her. And like, it doesn't help too, like, because of the whole situation with Lola and stuff, it made everything even worse.
Like, what I think this flashback is going to tell us why the giants don't like her.
Yeah, but it's like
could have done at 5 years old to piss them off though. So
maybe she saw some shit, like, you know, that she shouldn't have seen. Like, I don't know what though, honestly, like, because this is again before the great like era of pirates and stuff, before like Roger was out doing his business and shit. So like,
wait, was Brooke even dead yet?
I don't actually. I'm trying to remember.
I don't think he was.
I don't think. No, I think he was alive still, because he's older. I know for a fact he's older than Whitebeard.
He's 92 or something.
Yeah, 92, and then like Whitebeard, I think is like what 73, 74,
something like that.
Yeah, so like that's I don't know, because like if either way, like, you know, I would love to see if like, you know, Brooke had some kind of connection with the New World and stuff, but like clearly he was like in the West Blue most of the time before joining up with the Rumbar Pirates. But I don't know. Like, I want us to see too if like we're gonna like any other characters that could like somehow have a connection to Elbaf. You know, if like anyone else was on the island and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now. The Caramel being on Elbaf, she doesn't seem like a giant.
Yeah, and it's a thing too. Like she pretty much left Big Mom on that island, so it's like we have to find out what that reason was. And like I don't know, it has to be something crazy for her to like dump like a 5-year-old Charlotte Linlin. And the thing is too, like it's not going to be like the scenario of like how we've seen like characters where like they lost their family members and then they wanted to change, become better. This is gonna be the perspective of someone who lost someone and they legit went like batshit crazy, and now we're seeing what Big Mom truly is. So it has to be something crazy for her like to see the character we have now in front of us.
See, what I'm thinking is like Big Mom wanted to be a giant, but she wasn't, right?
Yeah.
And I'd ask them to do with them being on Elbaf.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we're getting the
she want the giantific blah 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 formula.
Yep.
Make her kids big and shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see.
The gigantification formula.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
It seems like she wants her family at Elbaf, and except with the only difference, of course, that she is at the same size.
I remember when we first saw Big Mom, I said that she was gonna be like a little person in a giant robot or something.
You really said that?
Yeah, it was like back when we were on Fishman Island. We saw a glimpse of her and Bobbin and Pudding.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to like Kaido. I remember the first time like we saw like when I was catching up with the series and we saw like the little like silhouette and stuff from back in the end of Benny's lobby, and I'm thinking like this guy's gonna be probably like some midget, like a troll ass midget. Like now we're completely wrong. He's this fucking like huge monster. Like I don't know. Like I'm excited to see what's gonna go on for Elbaf, but like, do you think Oda is gonna like dick tease us in some way? Like he's gonna show us like a little bit of something, and then like we're gonna be stuck like trying to guess like whatever the hell it is for like another couple of years.
Well, I mean, all I really care about right now is what Big Mom's past is. I don't really care about Elbaf.
I mean
itself.
Yeah,
I know
like,
you guys do, but I mean, I'm just saying I don't really need information on Elbaf. I just want information on Big Mom.
Yeah, but I guess like as in a way of like to kind of like hype up like the eventual moment when we do get to Elbaf and stuff. Like imagine like whatever snippets we get of it, it's like Wano has to try and at least be close to the level of hype, if not try and surpass the hype that we're gonna get in Elbaf, right?
I don't get hyped anymore after what happened in Whole Cake. I was super hyped for that.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you guys like this arc. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, like Whole Cake as a like, I think it's gonna be an arc like you can probably.
This arc has been okay.
I think from a week-to-week standpoint, it's been okay, but I think like once we like do a reread of it, like marathon when the arc is finished, I think we'll kind of appreciate it a little bit more. So it's kind of how I feel too with Dressrosa. Like week to week, like it's not fun, but like except for like certain moments, like I think like the best stretch was probably like before the Usopp like hockey reveal up until like the very end of like Lost Flashback with Corazon.
Oh well, I mean, I just reread Whole Cake like earlier this week, and I still have the same opinion. I noticed some of the comedy though.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing too. Like it kind of sucks. Dressrosa because they could have literally cut that arc down like so much. With all the Battle Royale stuff and then kind of like the 1v1 fights, like. But I kind of at the same time now with this arc, it's kind of like I want to see more of these fights, but it's like, like we're just missing out on them. Like clashes are cool, but like when are we gonna see these fights happen? Like
clashes.
I mean, don't worry about the fights. We'll get fights in Wano.
That's what I mean. But like, look how long it's gonna wait until we get there. Like
clashes cause disrupted power levels.
I mean, Oda doesn't care about power levels. I still believe that, but yeah, it kind of does.
I don't know.
I remember that one time, like when Brooke hurt Prometheus, and everybody was debating about it, and it's like because we didn't see it happen. And I was like, if we saw it happen, we would be arguing about this.
Yeah, she was like fodder for a week or two.
Yeah, I mean, like Jesus, like I don't know, like because like the second, like right now, like whatever happens after this flashback, like I feel like. Because I've been saying before, like we're probably gonna get like into July, we'll probably get to the Reverie, but like I don't know the way this flashback's coming in, like I wouldn't mind seeing 4 or 6 chapters, but like I kind of want us to get to the Reverie, and I kind of want us to get to Wano. You know, if they cut some parts back from like the beginning of like Whole Cake Island, we could have gone to this part already, and then kind of like getting ready towards like the very end. But like, I don't know.
Well, so when I was reading this chapter, the last pages, was I the only one that actually felt a little bad for Big Mom?
I mean, no, not really. I didn't understand the context of what she was saying. Maybe I'll feel bad next week. It was like nobody's listening to what I say. And like, why'd you disappear?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like she's like Obito, and Pudding is like Naruto or something, you know? Like she never got the healing that Pudding is going to get now.
Yeah, I mean, like she could probably be taking out like whatever frustration she had growing up and stuff, and like laying it on her own kids, which is kind of like it's something too. Like you would kind of see in parents as well. Like some parents would kind of go through these kind of things like in their own lifetime, and then like afterwards, like they would kind of reflect on their kids, and these kids would end up eventually like suffering like the same way that their parents did.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant, Les. We'll explain.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. It's like I don't want to forgive Big Mom yet, like, you know, because of what like she did to her kids, and especially like all those kids have to be scared as shit of her. Like, you know, it's like imagine like your mom's like making you do like all these crazy things, and like you can't live the life you want to live. You have to be forced under her ruling and stuff. Like you wouldn't want to live in that kind of environment after a while, but like because that's the only thing you know, like that's what you're left with. So I don't know, man. Like I can see like we're gonna get a sad backstory. Like even then, like it's gonna be probably one of the better like flashbacks we're gonna see in the series, because like it's like Yonko's backstory. Like, you know, Oda really has to like kind of give us that information that we want to know from like, you know, Linland's past, and then like in a way it's gonna kind of hype up soon what we can get from Kaido, what we can get from, you know, Shanks, whatever, you know, stuff from him leading up to Roger, and then especially again with Blackbeard, because I think from the 4 Yonkos, Blackbeard has to have like the most hype one.
I don't know. I feel like Oda is gonna give, just like with Doflamingo, like every single Yonko some kind of backstory. But I don't know how he's gonna deal with Blackbeard.
Because I don't know, because it's the whole thing with the body and stuff, and then like again, like if you remember that picture of him with the moon and everything, right? Like, because again, whatever core like, you know, connection it's gonna have, actually, like, you know, it could play a lot into like his past. But like I do still am of the mindset that like, you know, if he was around during the time when Roger was still alive, like he tried to get into the crew for Roger, like during the same time maybe that like Shanks was, but he couldn't get on because like, you know, Roger didn't want him on there. So like on that night, he was probably like all pissed off, like the moon outs kind of signify like some kind of weird correlation with the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what you said, but how old would he be then?
I mean, what is Shanks? I mean, Shanks right now is like what, 40 years old?
Yeah. I mean, we're guessing him 40.
Yeah, and then like, well, I think that's what his age, and then just like with Teach, I think he's like what, 43, 44 or something around then. I think he's around that age, so like they're not too far off in the like the time frame, and it could work out the same way too with Roger, because like Roger, like when he died, he was like what, in 60s. So I don't know.
So what if like the disease Roger had was because of like some islands like Elbaf or some other islands that like there's some kind of virus or like disease there that people that come in don't have like immunity against. And then,
so kind of like a connection to like, you know, with the white lead from like Law's Island and stuff.
I don't remember how that was though.
No. Well, they dug through like into like the surface and stuff to find like the was it the matter and stuff that caused like the disease to spread. So like I'm saying, like it could be like a kind of like a similarity, like they found something there that kind of like spread throughout like the villages or whatever.
Yeah, I'm talking about the white lead syndrome.
Yeah, like if there's something that's similar to like, let's say like if like Roger, like how he contracted like the disease that like, you know, was incurable.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't specifically no, I wasn't saying like that. I mean like for example, like there are people living on certain islands, but they are immune against some kind of disease that just roams there. But then like Roger just strolls in there and he's not immune, and he just gets the virus or like disease.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, what could that be though? Like if we have to connect it to something in the real life, like what would it be? You know, I don't want to say like SARS or like, you know, like
malaria.
Malaria. That's a possibility.
They say what?
Yeah. Malaria. I don't know if it was malaria or if malaria was actually the immunity, but one of the two. But like people there are immune, and then if you just go in there, you're not immune. You can get sick and shit. That kind of thing. Or like people from India, like if you go to India, you could get diseases that people there don't have trouble from. But Indians can also just like come to like Great Britain and get some kind of disease that they are not immune against.
Yeah.
It's real life. I'm not making it up.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, like, what do you guys also think of like the new cover page story that we're gonna be getting now with like Cavendish and stuff? Because like, of course, we're gonna be covering like things like from like the rest of the Grand Fleet, but like how long do you see like these little cover stories going for each character? Like, if there's gonna be like 3-4 page like cover pages for each one, like.
It might just depend on the relevance. Like I think Cavendish might have like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Really?
I gave my.
I think so. I think I have like 4 or 5.
On what happened on pages last week, but I'm just gonna see where it goes.
And then I think Bartolomeo probably gonna be next, and it might even throw Bellamy in there. But Bellamy didn't actually join the fleet, did he?
No, he just took like the piece of the Vivre card just in case.
Okay, well, yeah, I think they're gonna throw Bellamy in there too. I think those are going to be the guys to get the most cover pages.
Yeah.
If that's what Oda's going for, because I don't even know if that's how he's doing it. It might just be Cavendish.
Wait, the cover page this week was Cavendish like remembering his past or something.
Yeah, it looked like he probably like a prince or something. He was like walking through a beautiful courtyard with his horse, Farrell.
Like Joseph in the chat said that Zoro was already like kicking ass in Wano right now, getting W's.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I think the thing with Zoro, like, I wouldn't be surprised if like it would be cool as Krusha is like we get like a cliffhanger, like kind of to see like where things are going on Wano, and he's like dripping in blood and shit. I see like fighting like all the swordsmen and stuff.
Why is his horse holding a teacup?
He's what?
His horse is Cavendish's horse on the cover page. Is like sitting down, is drinking tea.
Oh, Farul, yeah. Oh, the horse, yeah. I don't know, man. Horses nowadays are.
Yo, apparently he's had that horse since he was a kid.
Horses are evolving nowadays.
Yeah, man. Like look at that. It's sitting up, yo. It's got some manners. He's waiting for it to cool down and shit. Like that's that. I don't know, man. Like, and I'm thinking too. Like, I couldn't believe I forgot that was Suleiman right next to Cavendish, because I was looking at the chapter originally. I'm like, I know this dude, but I can't remember his goddamn name. You know, because it's been so long we've seen him. I'm like, that's Suleiman. I'm like, fuck. But yeah, like, you know, so I was like, I mean, like, I'm happy we're gonna be getting like these like little things, but like, I feel like in a way this is Oda's way of like, instead of telling about it in an SBS, because it's still technically, you know, it's canon and stuff, right? That he's gonna like, you know, put it in the cover pages to kind of make it easier without him having to like actually draw within the manga. So like he'll save a page, you know, but explains enough detail so like he can kind of progress things, you know, from another perspective.
I mean the cover page.
Yeah, but the cover pages now. Yeah, because like
how many did we have? Like we had 12 commanders, 13?
I think hold on.
It was Bartolomeo, Cavendish, I think Idio, Sai, there was Arlumbus, Hadruden, Leo.
Yeah, it's 7.
So is that all of them? Because that's 7 so far.
Yeah, Cavendish, Bartolomeo, Sai, Udea, Leo, Hardruin, and Orlumbus. So that's 7 in total.
What about the 2? I mean, what were the names?
They joined up with somebody. You talking about Abdullah and Jeet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they joined up with somebody. I can't remember who it was though.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think they joined up at IDEO.
Oh, could be.
What, you mean the twins?
Abdullah and Jeet, the ugly guys who look like they're from Middle Eastern Asian.
Yeah, that makes sense because Adio was solo.
Blue Gilly joined up with them too.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, it's those four.
Yeah, because they were solo, so it makes sense.
Yeah. That's the thing I gotta ask you guys too. Like, what do you guys think of like the potential of like the Grand Fleet somehow making an appearance in this arc?
Nah.
Like, I think it's definitely possible.
Like 0%. One of them maybe. I can't see all of them though.
0%.
0%.
0.
I mean, they if anything, it's been hinted that it's a big possibility because Capone said the outskirts security is low during the wedding, right? So it's more of a chance for them to penetrate the defenses on the outside. And from that point, it's just that, you build up momentum. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard for them to find a way to get to the wedding.
If they show up, though, I feel like then Big Mom's going down for sure.
Oh,
because that'd be one of the big things that like the announcer mentioned, which is like they participate in like a big event. Yeah. That would be the big event to me. I'd be so pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be much happier if they like showed up and took her down that way versus if she follows this way.
Yeah,
but like still.
I mean, unless they could be like the escape route or something, and then like they head off to Wano together, like that, like prepare for the actual true big battle, which is with Kaido.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like Luffy would have to be like on death's bed, like Ace was, kind of, for them to show up.
Yeah, because it's only gonna like reflect like the burning and stuff with the Vivre card.
Yeah,
there's no way I can see. Like the only thing I can see that can kind of like make that happen, it's like because again, like with Luffy's lifespan, because he's lost years on his life. So regardless, I think on that Vivre card, eventually the burning is gonna happen. Because if he's losing years on his life because of all the stuff that's going down, eventually it's gonna come back and play with the Vivre card.
Yeah, I'm sure they noticed it. Like they seemed as if they were 100% committed to being Luffy's vassals, if you want to call them that. So I mean, I think they're going to be checking that Vivre card like every single day, every hour, every minute, maybe, just pulling it out their pocket just to check on it. Yeah. And if they see that it's burning, they're going to go straight to where Luffy is. So it's more than a possibility for them to show up, even if they don't make it to the wedding because of Big Mom's defenses. It's more than a possibility for them to show up.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is like I still am the mindset of like Big Mom's gonna kind of tell Luffy like how long he has left to live because the whole thing like she can see like how many years on someone's lifespan from taking away. I'm pretty sure she can see like how many years you have left. So I wouldn't be surprised like at the end of the arc, because of whatever happens, let's say like they will fix a picture or whatever the issues like resolve, like they can have some kind of conversation. Luffy finds out then there like how long he has left to live, and like either the audience will find out like us or like later on like he's gonna find out this information.
Let me explain why I said 0%.
Why?
3 arguments. The first one is that initially was said like they were going to meet up for a very big thing, but they don't know it yet. Second thing is the arc is almost finished. And the third thing is that we have their cover stories now, which means they'll be busy appearing in the cover stories. Maybe they'll appear later in Wano, but not now.
Yeah, but I know I still feel like right now too, like because I'm looking in the chat, like Rose is saying the only thing left to do now is jump through the mirror. But like I feel like whatever's gonna happen from this backstory, it's gonna play into Big Mom's favor, and she's gonna somehow use that as a counter to kind of prevent like whatever the like Capone has right now and play with like the rockets and stuff. It's gonna go like 180.
But haven't you know what happens with the cover stories sometimes? Like sometimes they build up to something really important, like with the Jinbei cover story, how they build up to him getting the rope on the cliff or whatever. Well, not the rope on the cliff, he got a re-op on the cliff. Well, these cover stories could be building up to them actually coming to Whole Cake. That's probably why they have the straw hat flag flying on the ships. They probably don't go around with the straw hat insignia like 24/7. They probably only got that because they're going to assist Straw Hat right now.
Yeah, it's always building up.
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
The Whitebeard's always, I think, had it on. I don't know. I think that's a 24/7 thing now. Because that small flag, right? represents that they're under someone. The big flag means that's their own Jolly Roger, but the small one means that they're serving under someone. Like actual real life, like Blackbeard, like the real pirates, like they would have those on their ship representing like we sail with Blackbeard, so don't fuck with us. But here's our actual Jolly Roger. Like this is who really is like owns the ship. So I'm pretty sure that was like something that they always have on there. I could be wrong, but that's just how I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be happy if they showed up at the end and then they will sail to Wano together. But like I would almost want a more badass entrance scene for all of them, because like how Luffy thinks of it is he doesn't think that they're going to show up for them on Wano. Like he's going to account them in part of their forces right now. When he mentioned like the Samurai Mink Alliance, whatever, right? Like I don't think he like thinks that they're coming to help him. So like when he gets put in a desperate situation and then they show up, I think that'd be a much cooler entrance. Like at Wano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, the cover stories, it always builds up to something. You're right about that, but I don't think it's okay because of the whole timing, and it's off. The arc is almost finished, and they have to. I mean, the cover stories just started, so I think it's actually building up for Wano. Initially I thought it was for the big war, but now I'm actually leaning more towards Wano.
Yeah, because the cover stories, if we see all of them, like that'd be what, like assuming each one can get 2 chapters cover stories each. That's what 14. So there's 12 left minimum. Like for cover stories, I don't think we're getting 12 more chapters of Whole Cake, like of action and Whole Cake at least. ...
So what do you guys think about the emotionless? Like they're not scared of death. 2 brothers or 3 brothers.
I think it's a plot hole. I mean, because like they were like getting mad at Sanji for like talking shit or whatever, but then they're about to die and they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. I think Oda taking the whole no emotion thing too far right now. Because like they have emotion, so I don't know why this when they're about to die is just like whatever.
Yeah, but Sanji drops some food on the floor and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a disgusting pig." It's like, dude.
It's like with psychopaths, you know, they have no empathy, but they still have emotions. So what is Oda?
You about to die has nothing to do with empathy. It's just like, you know.
No, that's what psychopaths are. They have no empathy, but they have emotions. So I'm like, Oda, what are you doing?
But like you about to getting capped has nothing to do with your empathy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is that like? You're not scared of death because you have no empathy? What?
I don't know what that is. I was just saying it's
empathy is where like if you were to get hurt or sad, even if I didn't get hurt or sad, I would understand what you're feeling. So like psychopaths are fully aware of people's emotions. They understand how it works because that's how they can do what they do. But like some people just like, you know, Charles Manson and stuff like that, like he just doesn't care. He's crazy as fuck.
And that's what I thought
like that. Like I think that Oda's going to plot hole to show that for when Big Mom tries to steal their lifespan, they might not be scared, and then it just won't work. So I'm assuming that he's going to go the route of.
But this means that Judge wasn't. It wasn't like he erased their kind heart. It was like he erased a bunch of other emotions too. Then
I think it was like
it's just like
passion and like fear.
Not fearing death is one thing, but before it to be because they lack emotion, that's what I don't like. Like they can be unfearful as they want to be, but it's just that for him to be trying to drive this lack of emotion thing so hard right now when they've clearly displayed some sort of emotion, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they're like annoyed at Sanji for like not being able to do the training, and then they're like, whatever, we're about to die, it's cool.
Exactly. Nicky was also like, I mean, the guy is horny, so it's not like it's not like they don't care about preserving their genes or like their lives, but like they care.
I mean, maybe Judge knew there were some things you don't tamper with, so you just left that in.
Maybe it was like, oh shit, my arm is gonna fall out. I mean, if they don't have kids.
I just saw in the chat right now, someone's asking, what are the chances of a Cracker coming back?
0.
I Here's the thing. I'd rather have Cracker come back
than Bobbins. Is this gonna make you guys more mad when Destrice escape? You guys are gonna be all like plot hacks, blah blah blah. There were 3 commanders there.
I mean, what are we supposed to say, Double Egg? We just supposed to let that go, or are you saying it's gonna make sense?
No, I'm saying like Crackers are gonna come back, and you guys are gonna have less to complain about. So,
I mean, dude,
but you keep on saying you guys are complaining. Like, are we complaining for no reason?
For different reason. I'm complaining for different reasons. Is like, I'm just saying that. You guys have valid reasons to complain. I'm just saying you guys are gonna have more valid reasons to complain if Cracker comes back.
Oh, okay, all right.
Let's say because like, bro, if this was Shanks, Blackbeard, or fucking Kaido, I don't think this shit would be happening.
I think if this was Blackbeard, they could definitely be doing this.
I mean, maybe right now. I can't see later on.
I mean, later on,
even then it's like their crew is too. Like, I don't know, man. Like
if Blackbeard had some weird specific setup that let him move around his island without them knowing, and then he like got surprised, I feel like same thing would be happening.
If Shiryu was around Magellan's level before pre-time skip, and he had time to train now.
Okay, see, the thing is, I don't think Magellan is as strong as you guys think.
I mean, he's guarding the world's biggest prison and guarding the most important people in the verse.
Yeah.
We're lucky Nicky's not here right now. Otherwise,
they can't hear to defend his boy.
Wait, does Nicky hate Magellan? Does he like Magellan? I can't remember.
He hates Magellan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't hate Magellan. I just don't think he's as strong as you guys.
My only thing is like logical reasoning would say that like you'd put one of your best, if not your best person.
Like that's really the only thing. Without even seeing Magellan, that I could definitely say he should be able to tangle with an admiral.
Like, you think in Kingdom that these people aren't guarding their like major cities with the best? Like, no, that doesn't happen.
If Diesel can run through your best security at islands, I don't think everyone has to be that strong.
Wait, what do you mean, Diesel?
Yeah, you guys are talking about how islands would use their best to protect whatever.
I'm talking about your best. Like your best would be Whole Cake. I'm saying like you keep Katakuri and them like around Whole Cake Island. Like, if you look at the map that Pudding gave us, like Biscuits and like basically all the like stronger people were roughly around the Whole Cake. Like, they're in the inner sides of Whole Cake.
That was the main reason why I was thinking that Sparrow, Daifuku, Oven, and Compote were going to be extremely strong, because it seems as if they aren't a part of the main crew. Like they would be the guys to hang back whenever they go on like their big missions, like when the Whitebeard Pirates went to Marineford. Like if the Big Mom Pirates were to do something like that, then Sparrow, Daifuku, Oven, Compote, and a slew of other people would be the ones to stay back.
It's like they have a prison where they keep extremely strong people that isn't impelled down.
I mean, Shiki was impelled down. I'm pretty sure Shiki was one of the strongest in the verse.
Oh yeah, Shiki escaped from impelled down. They were probably like, "Yo, this isn't gonna be enough. Make a ship."
Wait, what? This doesn't make sense. Like every important person we've seen in the verse have all been in impelled down if they've been captured, or they're getting sent to impelled down.
What about Kaido?
Like for like fucking Ace, like they didn't have like normally you would think that they would have sent an admiral to guard Ace because of how important he was, like because Wolf Whitebeard attacked that shit. You know what I mean? Then what happens? But they kept just Magellan there. You know what I mean? Like, that's I don't know, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
plus he had shitty
Whitebeard. You tell me he's not taking down Magellan?
No, Whitebeard would take down Magellan, but like he'd probably lose a ton of people in the process. Yeah, like Magellan straight said, like I could destroy the fucking prison.
Yeah, because he even said too, I control every single person's life in here. Like,
he was wrong, but yeah, I get what you guys mean.
Wait, what do you mean he's wrong?
Because he didn't control Luffy's life, he didn't control Ivanko's life.
You think they were escaping if Ivankov walked out of 5.5? Like, she would have been captured.
If Ivankov wasn't there, everybody would have died.
No, for real. If any of the fucking like if Luffy had just one less person, I'm pretty sure they would have died. Yeah. All the people played a very important part of the fucking role. Like, I just feel like Magellan was literally fighting against like if we were to say he's S class or something like that, and like all these other people were like A class or B class combinations, like he fought like 10 roughly of them that were A class, like all the Shichibukai that were there, the Ivankov, which is probably around like that level. Like he was not even fighting them, he was just pushing them back. Like they were trying to hold him off, like throwing their lives away, trying to like protect Luffy. It wasn't like they were sitting there like at a standstill with Magellan at any point in time. I'm assuming Ivanka's one of the strongest people on the Dragon's like crew.
Yeah, because we say like what she's like the number 3, assuming that Sabo's number 2 and whoever the hell the other guy might be the number 1.
Clearly a guy.
Well, I don't know, Steve. What do you think on that? Is it they or he or she? Like,
about what?
I'm messing with you guys. Say she.
Yeah. I want. Steve, give me your thought. Give your thoughts on Ivankov. He, she, they.
Ivankov is he or she. It just depends on how he or she is feeling.
Like the scissors dude or chick could be a he or she, but I mean,
I think it's a he.
Did you guys talk? Let's get on for a bit, but did you guys ever talk about like Elbaf and like what you guys are thinking we're gonna get next chapter?
Oh yeah, we touched on it.
Yeah, a little bit already.
Because I heard like some of it when it's coming back, but do you guys think that Mother Caramel is gonna be from Elbaf, or do you think she's gonna be an outsider?
I think she's gonna be an outsider. She doesn't seem like the warrior, Elbaf type.
Yeah, maybe like she just travel, like because I was saying before, like the whole thing with Miss Bucking, like let's say like they came from like they're nuns, like they came from the same church or whatever, and they were like traveling nuns and stuff, and like one went the other way, one went another way, and then like as she was like traveling around and stuff, Mother Caramel ended up running into Charlotte Lillian, like the outskirts of Elbaf.
Yeah. So then, do you think that picture is from way back then, or do you think that's like a more so recent? Because she went missing recently, correct?
Yeah, but then it's like we go back to like the very end of the chapter too. Like it said, like, why did you disappear? And it's like from when she was 5 years old, she left.
No.
So like,
what I said was that, Yon, Bucking, and Caramel could have been from the same place that Bonnie is taken if she's captured, and that. They had their own islands basically. Neon, it's Amazon Lily. Buckins, I don't know where, and then Caramel, it's
like refugee camps kind of for people or what?
I don't know, like maybe like some kind of how like in the early days Christians roamed around the world and spread the gospel.
Mm-hmm. Missionary camps.
What was that called?
You're a missionary.
Yeah, like missionary. Yeah. And that Bonnie is, I don't. Yeah, that was basically touching a little upon that.
Hey, Mirage.
Yeah, Mirage, what's good?
What's up?
Hey.
Want to give your thoughts on that chapter?
I thought it could be better than it ended. Let me say this.
Why?
Just because I think it was not as good as I hope it should be after we saw last chapter. I thought we could see more than that we saw.
I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. Like, I still like I can get where you mean though.
No, but it's so many stupid things. I don't know if you guys already talked about it, but for example, see Smoothie standing there and guys, you have to help Big Mom. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, like my least favorite thing was like it was like they spent like 3 pages showing how the scream affected people. It was kind of like, okay, we get it.
We get it, man. Just come on.
And it is too much stuff, like too much things are going off screen. I think Oda did too many characters in this arc, and he's making too difficult for himself. So there's too many things that is off screen and stuff. So that's why I'm also a little bit irritating, because you see Oven in the last chapter going off screen and stuff, and every time you see people disappearing, and
Mm-hmm. I don't know, because
I feel like we need people. So like, I feel like Oda needs to make a lot of people in this arc so that they can help Luffy later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the ones in Dressrosa. So yeah, he does push himself a lot, but I think he's doing it for a reason.
I mean, I'm asked, but like also like your thoughts on the chapter, like the end of the chapter, the whole stuff with Elbaf. Like, what are your thoughts on like what we think we might see next chapter, like in the beginning and like part of the chapter?
I think we're gonna see, because what I think is that Mother Caramel was like a missionary, and she was not really from Elbaf, but she was just there stationed there or something like that.
Yeah.
And she helped Big Mom grew up, because what I think is gonna happen, for example, in real life, when somebody got bullied, they're always gonna bully some people because they know they want to show they're better and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I think is what this is. You can see it straight with Pudding. Big Mom take everything that she had in the past and put it on Pudding, and I think Mother Caramel was helping her in some way with the bullying and stuff, because she was not as big as she wanted to be as a giant. And I think she was bullied for that because of the giants, like, you're a little giant.
Yeah, it could be that, or like, I don't know. She might have done something though, but it's like she's 5 years old during this time, so it's like, what would a 5-year-old do to earn the wrath of a giant, or like the whole the race of giants? They could do some crazy shit where like maybe like she's like the bastard child of like Odin or something.
DJ me a gay whatever. Big Mom and disappointments.
I don't think, not yet. I won't judge Big Mom fully until we get to the end of the arc.
I won't judge Smoothie fully until she does something.
Yeah, I mean the only person we can judge really is like Smoothie.
No. Smoothie's still hype.
Oh man, she got to do something soon, man.
What about Judge?
Judge, I've lost hope.
All hope is lost for Judge.
I don't know. How do you redeem yourself after this?
Even if he blows up the moon next chapter, I can't look at him the same.
Yeah, bro. Like I can't. You know, like he created probably like the meme of like, you know, One Piece this year. You know, like tell me this is all a joke. Like, come on. You know, like I saw people doing like, you know, memes and shit of like, you know, the whole like, you know, I want to live, you know, the Robin stuff. Like I see like people switching, you know, it's like I want to live.
Yeah, that's bad. I really was hoping for like Judge first category.
I want something to know, just to be the mirror that Caesar put in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't it be broken by the Yell?
I mean, that's what I said it was gonna happen. I'm not sure if it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was either, because we saw the knockback and stuff from the scream, so like it should have been.
You would think that the mirror would break, but
yeah, of course,
maybe not.
Unless like Caesar like coated like, I don't know, his gas or something to like kind of prevent it from breaking. I don't know. I'm just shooting for the stars.
No, but it's like I don't think the mirror broke because same reason the glasses didn't break on the tables.
Maybe Capone thought about that and he was like, "Yo, this is like scream-resistant glass or something."
Scream-resistant glass.
Yeah, it was like, I have some spare time. I can make these glasses scream-resistant.
Uberle like somehow have Bushoku Haki and like she's able to like embed like her own Haki into the mirror to prevent it from like, I don't know, from like fucking breaking, for like countering like whatever effect from like Tashoka Haki. Like I don't know. Because it's not an ordinary mirror, right? It's like one of hers, so. I think that is a yes.
No, I think it was an ordinary mirror because her mirrors don't have the borders, do they? Her mirrors are just like straight up glass.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else we want to talk about in the chapter? Because we're probably almost wrap up soon.
I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
Let's see, people getting knocked down. Yeah, I mean,
I just want to say I don't hate Reiju, but there are only likable qualities that she's hot.
Really?
I mean, to me.
Yeah, I mean, she cares for her brother, man. Like, she, you know.
Did you guys talk, by the way, about the last panel on the page? Of the last page, when you see like Elbaf and you see like the black thing in the right side of the panel.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned like saying like how it's gonna be like some kind of tree or something. Like,
okay.
Yeah, because to me, I think like because for so long we wanted to know like the tree that makes the not the tree but like the Adam tree for like the one made the Sunny or like the Eve tree like and now when we were like Fishman Island they're explaining the trees. I wouldn't be surprised if like one of those trees ends up being on Elbaf. Either that, they could be very simplistic and they just do like the Jack and the Beanstalk and some big ass beanstalk in Elbaf.
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry.
No, because it's quite a crazy thing. But I was playing Treasure Cruise, One Piece Treasure Cruise, and there's now a mission, and you see like the bone stick going up in the air, and I was like, could that be? Because it's just with the when I'm thinking about giants. And I see always Jack in the Jack and the what is it called the
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, and the Beanstalk. Yeah. You always see like giants live up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the link is very easy to say. Like the Beanstalk is what you see over there. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I was reading comments on another video, and one of them was really funny.
Oh man, but yeah, I think we could probably wrap it up. Probably do like another one of these, probably during the weekend, or like we'll see if we can try and get Nicky's thoughts afterwards.
Maybe one more thing. I was thinking about like not everybody was knocked out because of the scream, but it seemed like Judge and Co did not have earplugs. And they were still not knocked out.
Yeah, they didn't have it.
Yeah, they were good. But Nami made a good she said something that really made me think like, okay, so are they deaf now temporarily? Because she was like, not that you would be able to hear me anyway.
Well, I'm trying to think
when she was explaining when she was telling them to put the raid suits on.
I don't know, because then when you saw the thing, Chopper put like the earplugs into Reiju.
Yeah, he gave them to Reiju, but like to
the others, no.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like they got the gear actually.
So y'all think they're like temporarily deaf from the
no, I think
from the screen
because like either the screen was covering whatever Nami was saying up, or like the earphones were.
Yeah. Like I don't know, like it could be like a temporary like sound barrier just being closed off or something.
But it's also like even before they got their suits, the ones that were gonna shoot them or were already falling down and they were like just sitting around.
Yeah, but anything else you guys want to talk about in the chapter or like
no, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we covered about everything.
Galette's not wearing her gloves.
Oh, Galette?
Yeah.
Let's see, which page?
Page 14.
Let's see, oh yeah, she isn't wearing her gloves. I don't know, like I actually don't know what to make of that. Like if she needs the gloves or not, like I don't know.
And I'm still perturbed that Sanji was able to break the candy so easily.
I mean, I feel like there's more of the Vince Smokes not being able to break the candy easily is what you should be complaining about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they have like super strength?
I think that's more of what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, okay.
Because like I said earlier, they have the same modifications. Sanji's took longer to kick in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with.
Sanji's modifications don't work at all.
His modifications don't work at all. So all of his strength and Diablo Jumbo, that's just gone from hard work.
Yeah, because like he would have the exoskeleton, he would have the invisibility, and
I mean, what is the exoskeleton? Because I always thought the exoskeleton was just tough skin.
Well, whatever, tough skin or exoskeleton, it works either way.
His skin is pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yo, what's good, people?
Yo,
not metal like.
Hold on a second. Yo, Nicky, what are your thoughts on the chapter, man?
Nigga, fire! Ooh, the minute I saw Sanji on that table, fucking with his foot on fire, I was like, yeah, these little the bitch Finn Smokes got saved by their mistake apparently. So I was happy, man. Good chapter for Sanji.
Yeah.
You noticed how Sanji was like.
But I like the Big Mom stuff as well. So it's like we're definitely gonna get backstory. It's gonna be quite interesting.
Yeah, and this is really quick though with Nicky. So like, what do you think like the first parts we'll see of like that, like the next chapter, like going into it?
I reckon you'll see probably Big Mom when she's young, so she'd be like young and chubby and shit, and getting bullied by I think, well, because they're all kind of based on Norse gods, right? The Elbaf giants. So maybe Loki's bullying her or something, or Odin.
I don't want any more bullying, but okay.
No, they're gonna put Big Mom in a whorehouse at 5 years old. Go on.
Oh, that's dark. That's dark. No wonder she's having so many kids. Like that makes sense now.
Exactly. She was prepared from an early age.
Oh yeah, and just to mention, guys. So did you guys read the SBS and stuff?
Yo, about her, the kid having the amount of kids she has, right?
Yeah, so ran in the wrong direction and beat half the crew. Yeah, I read that one.
Nicky, have you been missing that long that we haven't even talked about the SBS?
Yeah, no, it's because I've been like just busy the whole week, man. So this is the only time I had to catch up with you, man. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I was just gonna ask because now it's certified that Big Mom, those are actually Big Mom's biological kids, which is kind of crazy.
Anything else you want to put in the chapter though, Nicky? Like we're probably gonna wrap up soon, but if anything else you want to talk about the chapter?
Okay, let me just reread a bit of it. Come back to me in like 1 minute.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else in the comment section really quick. Any other comments?
Ignore the one I just put up there.
Sanji standing on a table.
It's a very debatable thing.
No, like, not Sanji standing on a table is not at all.
I'm still puzzled though. Like, where's Wormdog's brother, and like, where's Wormdog in general? You know, like Oda made it clear that he's a character.
The wedding
made it clear that he was top tier.
Yeah, think about it like this though, right? His brother was able to like go on par with like another thing, but he forced Jinbei to use Bushoku Haki.
Bushoku.
Yeah, so he forced him to use.
Are you talking about that octopus head dude?
Yes, the one riding on the ram.
Yes,
the ram rider.
No, the goat man, because he's the greatest of all time.
There it is, goat.
Yeah, he was riding the greatest of all time, yo. Like,
his mount is the goat.
Oh, okay. I've got a few more thoughts now. Yeah, I would say one thing's for certain. Katakuri is a beast, man. He's just taking hockey bullets in the face like it's nothing. So. He's a bit scary now. He's kind of freaking me out.
The sweet commanders are all scary. You're gonna see how scary Smoothie is too.
Oh please, she's so retarded, man. I was surprised she like drowned herself somewhere in like the party. I'm serious as well.
She's not retarded. She's just lazy.
Nah,
she's gonna like juice the ground next chapter or something.
Nah, she's super retarded, man. We're getting a Big Mom backstory anyway. That would be better than retarded.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Are Oven and Daifuku more intimidating than Smoothie?
Right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
No,
yes.
They're more hype.
In the world of One Piece, no. But as far as from what we've seen, yes.
I mean, come on, dude. A fucking genie with Bushoku Haki? How's that not hype?
Bro, 900 million berries. That's the third highest bounty in the series.
Yeah, but watch Daifuku, show up with some crazy bounty. They just don't want to show it right now.
He has like 300 mil at most.
Nah, a genie with
Bushoku Haki, if anything below anything below 500 mil, Oda's sleeping.
And actually, it was quite surprising as well that I would have thought Yonji, and no offense to Yonji, I just would have thought he would have passed out, like because of Big Mom's Conqueror's Haki. Yeah. Like honestly, like. Cause I'm not saying that Vin smokes or scrubs, but it's just like I just think they're just so shameful. I just don't even want to look at them. Honestly, it's just kind of sad.
Yeah,
and the way Judge was talking as well, he went from what we're still like I'm still there, or someone jumped out. I think
you're still here.
Oh, okay, the way he went from like crying like a little bitch last chapter to now just talking normally is a bit weird. It was just like he kind of.
Well, if you notice, his nose is still running, so I think he was just recovering. You know, like how you be when you get your ass whooped and you just sitting there like, I think he was like that.
Yeah, he's just in like recuperating.
He's going through he's going through the stages of like grief, basically, from like to acceptance. But I don't.
This is like the silent part.
Yeah,
Sanji, get your ass off the table.
I won't lie. For a minute there, I actually thought Reiju was about to die, and I wasn't happy, but I was like, yes, I was right.
I saw that smiling face, and I was like, damn, she about to get her brains blown out. Oda about to do it.
I would have given the chapter like 1,000 out of 10 if that happened.
It would have been so
just comes through and shoots her up. Like
it would have been. Imagine Sanji's fucking.
That would have been too much, bro. That would have been too much.
That would have been just enough.
It would have been just enough, man. Imagine he'd be so much more pissed off. Like he would just be going. He'd be flames right now. He wouldn't have like his feet would be on fire. All of them would be on fire.
Wait, so we finally see Sanji go all out, and it's when every enemy is on the floor, rolling around, crying, covering their ears.
It's not because I wanted Sanji.
No, not that. I'm saying because of the fact that Reiju dies, that would have been such a great that would have just been so great.
I'm not saying that's what you're trying to say. I'm saying that's what would have happened because Sanji would have went crazy. He would have been kicking everybody's ass when they're defenseless.
I mean,
but not everybody. Not everybody, because I don't think everybody's. There's only most of the scrubs are all like knocked out now, so everyone who's still awake is not a scrub, basically.
Yeah, but all them niggas laying on the floor like they can't do nothing. So what they gonna do? Hop up like, you're trying to fight? This scream doesn't affect me anymore.
No, because she's not gonna scream for like 5 minutes. She's gonna scream for a bit, and then they're gonna attack her, innit? Like literally, that's what Capone's getting ready to do. So the minute they attack her, I don't think she'll be still screaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought Reiju was gonna die too. That one panel. It was like, oh, what is gonna do it? But then we'd probably be spoiled.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a fan of those speeches where she's talking about Sanji's kindness. I don't like those.
I don't like that either.
What?
Yeah, he's not kind because he's not a kind.
He's not a kind person.
He's not at all.
How's Sanji not a kind person?
The only thing about Sanji's character that signifies kindness is the fact that he won't let anybody starve, and that's literally it. Like he doesn't care about men at all unless they're starving.
He cared about what's his face? The guy who looked like Sanji's wanted poster. Forgot his name.
Duval?
No, he hated that guy, and then Duval
he changed
Bison. He kind of dealt with it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, bro. He literally saved his life by changing his face so he'll never get chased by the Marines again.
What? Stop it, Nicky.
Nah,
he didn't do it on purpose.
He didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that.
Did he do it on purpose? I think that was just a side effect.
Yeah, he did do it on purpose. He did.
But it wasn't just his life or anything, Nicky. It was because Sanji was so pissed off that that his one poster got his picture. You know? Yeah. It wasn't like, let me help you real quick. He's like, yo, I'm so pissed off, I'm gonna fucking rearrange your face.
He made the guy handsome though. He could have made the guy ugly and still changed it, but he made the guy handsome.
He made Hanzi handsome.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He only makes people more handsome when he does it.
What? He's only done it once.
He did it on Wednesday. I forgot about that.
No, he did it on Wednesday too. He didn't just do it once. What do you mean?
Is it canon?
He did it on Wednesday.
Yeah,
yes, it's canon.
I think it was canon. I saw it in the anime.
Of course it's canon. What do you guys mean?
But anyway, I don't like the speeches because they're corny. They sound corny.
I don't like it because it's corny.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, someone's echoing.
It's Heavens.
Wait, I'll fix it. Just a second.
Okay.
Wait, by the way, what do you say? Oh, okay, that's kind of annoying.
What were you saying, Steve-O?
What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying like I don't like it because it's corny. It's the fact that Sanji isn't an extremely kind person.
Yeah.
And the fact that it took up space in the chapter.
Yeah, no, Nicky, hold on. For real, dude. At fucking Punk Hazard, wasn't Sanji willing to leave the kids?
Yeah, he definitely was.
He wasn't
like one of the people. Wasn't Sanji one of the people that said, "Yo, fuck these kids, we're out"?
Yo, Sanji's an asshole.
I don't think
that's what I'm trying to.
Sanji's an asshole.
I need to reread that chapter. I need to reread that arc. I don't think he ever said that. He always helps kids, man.
No, what do you mean?
No, he was like, Nami Swan, we don't have time for this. Blah 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 blah. Then Nami's like,
he was
no.
one of the people saying to
He's
leave
like,
the kids, and the only reason they stayed is because Nami's like, I'm not leaving kids, and Chopper was like, they're sick, so I'm not leaving either. But if it was up to Sanji, they would have dipped, and those kids would have died.
No, because I'm trying to remember the context of that whole situation. One day, trying to beat up Caesar then or something.
No,
they didn't know about Caesar yet.
No, this is in the very beginning, Nicky. When they first see the kids and they have to decide whether to help them or not, when they're making that initial decision, Sanji was like, I'm not trying to help them.
Well, I'm not sure. I need to reread that. I can't just go with what you guys saying because it's Sanji haters. So.
I mean,
what? How does first of all, Devil Leg is a Sanji fanboy. Secondly, I love Sanji. I think Sanji's my favorite Straw Hat.
Yeah, Sanji.
When did this happen? Like,
how is like when do I ever shit on Sanji? If anything, I'm always defending him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
you're the one that's crazy.
But,
no one's vocal about it though, except for Devil Leg. I'll give you that. Devil Leg's definitely very vocal.
No, but Nicky, do you remember
Does Heaven's a Sanji fan?
I like Sanji, guys. Come on.
I think Heaven's is a Sanji fan, aren't you?
But you're not a Sanji fanboy.
No, I'm a Sanji fan.
You're not a fanboy. No, I'm talking to Dan.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not a
fanboy. No, but I was saying that like it's pretty much known that Sanji was an asshole through time skip. It's like
it's a fact.
Also, the octopus guy, I forgot his name.
Hachi.
Yeah. He literally told Hachi, "No, Nami won't forgive you. You need to like stab yourself in the guts."
Hey, I'm saying, I'll put it this way. Sanji's kind to people who deserved it. Hachi treated Nami like shit for fucking years.
Here, Nicky, how about you name us a couple examples in the manga where he's so kind?
Okay, first of all,
besides it including someone starving to death. Go.
Or a woman.
Or a woman, yeah, go.
Okay, he helped the kid. Those I think which arc was it? It was when
I feel like you're making something go along.
No, he's being no. I'm not trying to like. It was when he was on the marine ship and he was trying to help this. He was teaching the kid how to.
That sounds like filler.
Wait, he was trying to what?
He was trying to teach the kid how to cook properly, but he wasn't teaching him, like telling
him. Definitely filler.
It's still, how is that not okay? Filler. Hey, I'm making an example of one of the points.
It doesn't matter. It's
filler. It doesn't count if it didn't come from Oda's mind, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
How do you know that wasn't just
like Nick? You could say Kinemon, and you chose some filler dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pick something from the
I want to start. Kinemon's a big one. Kinemon's a big one. I want to start with some small stuff and then get higher and higher. But yeah, Kinemon's one, of course. What's another one?
Was he being genuinely kind there?
I mean, he kicked his face into a wall, but he rescued him at the end of the day.
Exactly, like. That's what Sanji is. He's what's the word? He's a man.
I feel like the way
kind man, but doesn't show it.
All I'm just trying to say is the way Rage was hyping it up. She was saying it like Sanji is so nice that he helps everyone he sees.
Sanji was Jesus.
In context,
like,
guys.
No matter what, if there's someone in danger, if there's someone in trouble, don't worry. Sanji's got it. That's how they're trying to make it seem, and that's not how it's been at all.
This whole arc, they've been trying to push Sanji as like presidential candidate #1.
Yeah, but it's never been like that before this arc ever.
You see how kind he was to Virgo?
Oh,
no,
okay, wait. Let's put this in context, right? His family's treated him like this is one of the worst families ever, especially how they treated Sanji. And the fact that he's forgiving them and saving them, don't you think she's a bit pleased by that? Like, she would be very she'd be like, wow, I can't believe that's even happening.
Of course.
Nicky, like, okay, my thing isn't that he is kind or not kind, but I just don't like the speech because it sounded corny and gay.
Sanji,
wait. Okay, let me say this speech.
Dude, Nicky,
let me just say this.
Like Sanji had to be kind. Like he had no choice in the matter. Like he was so kind, no matter what he wanted to do, whether or not he wanted to help or not, that he would because he is so kind. And that's not how it is.
Wait, let me just say the speech, and then let me see what you guys say about. Okay, look. It seems I underestimated your kindness.
Oh my god!
Despite,
Don't read the. I'm out of here.
Yeah, we've all read it. We've all read it.
despite what we've done to you, you can't even leave us and run. I've hated and been ashamed of my Vince Smoke name my whole life, and yet looking at you and how you've grown, I'm
The way you
saved. Because through you, your goodness lives on in our blood.
They're like
Thank
fairy
you,
tale
Sanji.
speeches that are better than that. I mean, seriously.
How was that bad? It's literally she just talks about her family. It's not nothing in context of anybody else about he's kind to everybody. It's just he's really kind to us
how much
how he treated him.
pussy you've grown into. No, I'm joking.
No, it's not just this one part of this one chapter, Nicky. It's from a couple chapters ago where they were trying to push the same agenda.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like
another chapter ago. We're talking about this chapter.
No, we're talking
Doesn't
about
have to do anything. You guys said
people have been saying everything in
you
like
guys-
as a whole.
You guys said the speech is corny, right? And I'm saying it's not corny because in context, he's talking about how their family treated Sanji and stuff. Yet he's still willing to help them. So I still think
you're
it's a good
right. You're right,
speech.
Nicky. Good speech. But Sanji's not kind.
I mean, no, I don't think it's a good speech.
I think he's kind, but he's just not kind to everybody.
Kind people don't choose who they're kind to.
Some people don't deserve kindness. How are you going to be kind to Doflamingo and he's trying to like
No,
chop your head
but
off?
if you're a genuinely kind person, even if they don't deserve your kindness, based on your own character and your own sense of morals, you will be kind to them. It doesn't matter if they deserve it or not.
I posted in the chat. I posted in chat a picture, and I asked everyone, "Does that look like a kind person?"
Oh no!
What chat you posted in?
The live chat.
The live chat.
Well, let me have a look at this.
Which chat are we in?
The live chat.
Yeah, which one?
Oh yeah, just to ask another question. Who did you think handed that? I don't know what it is, but it says number 1 and then it's black to Ichiji.
I thought it was Nami.
Oh, okay, cool. No, I'm not trying to change the topic. I'm just asking.
Bro, can someone DM me the pic?
Oh come on, that's just Sanji being fucking when he's like he's just pissed off. I think was that when he was pissed off at Luffy.
Yeah, you pissed off about Absalom peeping on Nami.
Oh, okay, he stole his dream. Yeah, I remember that. Come on, that was just a gag 44. Don't try to change it.
Nah, bro, that nigga Sanji was legit mad because he couldn't be a pervert.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I never said he was perfect. I just said he's a kind person, man.
You sound like right now. You sound like a parent trying to defend their murderer's son. Like you like, I never said he was perfect.
He's not. Look,
he
Sanji is
deserves
never.
a second chance.
Oh my days.
Yeah. That guy looks like the devil, man. It does not look like a saint. Okay. Like he like dipping on kids and like leaving people to die and telling octopus people to like cut their guts out.
Yeah, I get that, but the way they treated Nami, man. I'm just saying, okay, fine. Sanji isn't kind to everybody. I'll give you that, but he's
kind to almost no one. The only people.
What do you mean almost no one? He helps
almost
people.
No one. Hold on. The only people Sanji is ever genuinely nice to are girls, and that's only because he's a perv.
Okay,
here. This is the thing, Nicky. This is the thing. So let's just say, after during the time skip, Sanji never really, came back to being himself and stayed in Okama, right? Let's just say he liked guys the way he liked women. He would be nice to every single guy, and he would tell chicks, "Fuck off."
First of all, I don't want to even imagine that.
No. I'm just saying as a point. Like, it's only because he likes these people. You know what I mean? It's not that he's being genuinely nice. It's literally because
he likes Jinbei and Kinemon and those people as well.
I mean, does he?
Oh no! Come on now, you're trying to change the shit now. You know he does. Like all I'm saying is Sanji maybe I'm not gonna. I think what they said in the chapter is perfectly fine. I don't know why you guys are hating on it a bit, but
I'm not hating.
I mean, we're not hating. I have a different opinion than you, Nicky. Don't say I'm hating.
Yeah, come on, Nicky.
No. You made it seem like when I reread the speech, there's nothing about him saying, "Oh, he's kind to every single person in the world."
I never said that. I just said
he's patting little creatures.
No, but it's
and
not.
There's butterflies flying in the air, and when he sings, the world opens up and the sun shines through.
Nicky, I think the one where they made it seem like that the most was in the flashback with his mom, when his mom was saying how kind he is.
Yeah, of course. In context, that works. He's a little child.
Shut up.
What do you? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You guys are hating, man.
Nah.
Brothers are literally like they're robots. They have no.
They
emotion.
kept Nicky. This is the thing. Because of that, like now we're looking back at it, right? But when these things were coming up week by week, it seemed like it was being pushed. Like Sanji's going to save his family because it's in him to be nice. Like he has no choice but to save his family.
Until this arc, bro, it's never been a big thing for Sanji to be like extremely kind.
Yeah, it's never been.
It's his family, though. It's his family.
It doesn't. No, Nicky. But the way they were pressing it, it's like, and I completely agree with you, Nicky. Like that, he's looking at it like, oh well, they're my family, even if they're shitty. Like I'm gonna save them. Yeah. But like the way that they were pushing, like Oda was pushing it, it just seemed like he's saving them. Like even if Sanji didn't want to save them, he would save them because he's so nice. That's how it's being presented.
What if it's
But that's his family. Like I get what you're saying, but if they put it, if it was different people, then I can maybe agree with you. But because it's his family, it's like, what do you like? He of course is gonna save them.
What he's trying to say is that we as readers know that he's saving them because he's family. So Oda is trying to make it seem as if he's saving them not because they're his family.
Yes.
But because he's like this kind of Jesus.
You know? Yes.
No, I disagree with you. I don't get that vibe at all.
Nicky, this is starting to be a trend, Nicky. Whenever we all collectively agree, you're just that one guy. You're like, I don't know, man.
Look, man, what's the thing about differing views? Look, you guys, look, all I can say, man, my boy Sanji is a kind dude, not to everybody. Fair enough.
I mean, he could be a kind dude. I just don't like the speeches about it.
Yeah. They're trying to hype it up out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're hyping it up. There's nobody's favorite trait about Sanji at all.
Yep.
The fact that he feeds starving people, yeah, that's a terrible trait to have, I guess.
No, not that. Just the kindness and specifically. He's like, what's your favorite thing about Sanji? Like, yo, he kicks ass or whatever your favorite thing about Sanji is, right?
But like, that is part of his.
He's kind. He's like the kindest straw hat.
Yeah, he's not the kindest straw hat. That's
but that's how Oda's been trying to present it.
Nah, that's I don't know. You guys probably exaggerate. Nah, I always thought Chopper is the kindest anyway. So
Oda's trying to make it seem like Sanji's Jesus, bro.
For real?
Well, how did he try and make it seem like old?
Dude, he's done it like 3 different times with 3 different speeches. Like,
I disagree. I totally disagree.
Like even when Brooke was like, "Oh, he's just that kind guy. He's just the kindest man. We know he's not going to turn his back."
Yeah.
No, because
dude, Brooke said. Wasn't Brooke saying that he was afraid Sanji might not come back because he was afraid of hurting Pudding? He thought Sanji might be afraid of hurting Pudding because he was such a kind guy.
Yeah, he's like he was worried that he might get his friends hurt or some garbage.
Oh yeah, because he was so nice. Whatever.
No, but he was willing to risk his life for his friends, like Zoro would, like Luffy would, like any of them would.
Sanji being kind isn't the problem. It's the speeches I have a problem with.
Yes.
Okay. I agree with that. If you have a problem with that, then fine. That's something else. I can't argue with you about that. But
I got a problem with him being kind.
Yes.
The speeches make him seem.
Wait.
Like I wish that if Oda was going to push it, I wish he would just stick to it being his family.
Push it subtly.
Like I wish it would be like, okay, this is my family. I know this isn't something that I would do normally, but there's just something within me. I just can't let my family die. I just can't turn my back on them, even if they are scum of the earth.
Dude, Zoro saves people that he doesn't even know. Do you remember Sabodi?
That's an entirely different character. That's an
no, but how would you feel if like in Wano we got like I don't know Tashigi be like, yo, Zoro's like the kindest person.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how it seems, Nicky.
Exactly. That's a very good comparison. It's like if we did not have these speeches, we would just go along, and we know how Sanji is, like probably like family.
Family, of course.
Like in Logtown, Zoro was about to rescue Tashigi, so he is a nice person, I guess. But I mean, they don't have to like throw it in our face.
I'll say this. Why don't you guys say the speeches so I can hear them? Even if you put them in like a weird voice or something. I just want to hear the speeches because I have no like context for it.
So you've been arguing with us this whole time, Nicky, when you don't even know the speeches?
I've heard the speeches before, but I want you guys to say them so then I can see what like maybe you say it's different.
Okay, one moment. Let me see if I can try to find one.
And now Steve was gonna have to go. Oh boy.
You're very far away, Monkey D.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I should probably get my mic.
And
Yeah, basically, what if it's just? I mean, I would have preferred it. I would have been okay with the fact that it was just Reiju that thought it this way about her brother. That would make sense for me, but it's not. I mean, we don't see it that way.
Think about it this way, right? Brooke is the only person besides actually Brooke is the only Straw Hat, and Robin found out later that saw what Sanji was willing to do for the crew, him and Zoro. So when Brooke says that he's so kind, at least he's got a really good reason for saying, because he was literally ready to die for the crew because of his kind, like how. And I'm saying the same thing about Zoro as well. To me, it's just the same thing. Like, it feels a different character, fair enough, but Brooke literally saw Sanji and Zoro be like, dude, Takuma, like, look, just take my head, leave the rest of the Straw Hats alone.
I thought that was more loyalty than kindness.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not even being, that's like you think that's like going down with the ship kind of mentality. You know what I mean?
That's not going down with a ship.
In the sense that, like, I'll do whatever I have to do to protect the ship. Like, to protect everyone on the ship. If it means me dying and the ship stays afloat, I die. That's how it kind of seemed.
Oh, okay. Here it is, Nicky.
And Steve-O's got the speech for you, bro.
This is Brooke right here. Okay, so Big Mom says,
"So, King, do you really want a copy of this slab of stone more than you want Sanji back?"
And then Brooke says,
"Yes, Sanji is a kind man. That's why I suspected that he would never return to us. I have no idea what kind of trap you all may have waiting for us all, but because of how incredibly kind-hearted he is, he will refuse to budge once he's decided to sacrifice himself for the sake of others."
Yep.
So,
and that's how what about that is not true?
That was the only one that was fine for me. The other ones just ugh.
You gave me that.
It's like it's just the fact that it seems that Oda is trying to push something that isn't there. It's like he's trying to create it in this arc for this arc, like specifically. I feel like this kindness, this whole Sanji is so kind thing is never going to come up again ever. That's honestly how I feel,
bro.
It's because it's his family.
But Nicky, that would be fine if it was just like this is his family. But no, they trying to say Sanji is the kindest person, and he can't. He just can't turn his back on a helpless soul or something like it. It doesn't make sense to me, bro.
No, like I said, you guys keep getting something else from what is literally Oda saying. He's saying everything he's putting into it has to do with the crew or the Vinsmoke for his own family, the Vinsmokes. So there's nothing to me that any of the speeches have said that's outside of that, saying, oh, he's willing to help any person, blah, 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 no matter their plight or something. Nah, it just sticks to the Straw Hat crew and it sticks to the Vinsmokes. And that's fine with me. Because Sanji, like...
The Brook speech that he just said, based on what it was said in the speech, if Sanji decided to help someone that wasn't part of the crew and he set his mind to it, based on what Brooke said, shouldn't Sanji go about helping them? He's such a nice guy that he would like finish it, or pull through. Like, is that not what you don't get? You don't get that from the speech?
Nope.
He literally says, "I was afraid that Sanji wouldn't come back because what's it called? What was it, Steve?
Let me see. I suspected that he would never return to us. I have no idea what kind of trap you all may have waiting for us all, but because of how incredibly kind-hearted he is, he will refuse to budge once he's decided to sacrifice himself for the sake of others.
Yeah.
So when he
so it's like, for example, here, like what I'm trying to say, Nicky, what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Here, check it out. So what? Let's say we were back on Dressrosa, right? And Viola was like, "These people are," or I mean, literally, like she was saying, like people are coming after me, right? Even though Sanji had another objective, right? Like, it's like, would Sanji have given himself, like, spared himself to actually save her? You know what I mean? Like,
Viola's hard though. She's bad, boy. Woo, she's sexy.
No, I'm just saying, it seems like the way the speech put it, like if Viola was literally about to die, and Sanji could save her by sparing his own life, from the speech that Brooke said, it seems like he would. But I don't think like that's in his character.
No, he saves women though. We already know that's in his character. Like Tashigi's example, and she's not even all that.
Also, how kind is a man that I know he hates Zoro, but every time
he doesn't hate Zoro, it's just that.
No, he doesn't hate him, but it's like every time an argument starts between the two, it's always Sanji starting it. He enjoys he enjoys annoying Zoro. Like, how kind of a man is that? Like, he's
all right. I don't think that's a legit argument. It's just
I was gonna say
it's not like they're fighting for real.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with Devil Leg, and I'll counter your point 44 with this. Remember in what was it? Enos Lobby, right? And they're all trying to get to the top where Luffy is already waiting already staring down the CP9 basically. And then Zoro already got up there first, and that's when Zoro has an afro, if everyone's seen the legendary photo of that. And then Zoro pisses off Sanji by saying, "Hey, did you get lost?" Like, they have that banter between each other. It's not like...
I know. Like, no, I know that. I'm just saying that neither Zoro nor Sanji are like saints and angels. Like, they both like annoying each other. They both like play with other people. They both like don't care about someone outside the crew, except if it's like a woman.
I remember there was like an SBS. There was like an SBS where they were like, describe the Straw Hats, and I remember Sanji's was like, he's a punk or something.
Literally, Zoro saved someone and took them to hospital in Sobodi, and he didn't have to do a thing. And all the rest of the supernovas are like, "What's wrong with this guy? He's a pirate."
Of course, they are not like.
But that doesn't mean he's a genuinely nice person. Like, he'll do that for every single person he sees dying. Zoro did that on a whim. He happened to.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think he did that on a whim.
Yeah.
Why do you think he did that on a whim?
Because he decided to. He could have chosen.
You know what Zoro was thinking / Oda?
Come on, Nicky.
You know, I'm asking questions here, man. So you're telling me you know what Oda was thinking when he was doing that, or Zoro was thinking?
No, but look, you're confusing two things. So if
they
you have
saved countless countries, man.
No,
on whims.
No.
Really?
Listen. We have a spectrum of kindness, right? We have on the one side we have Hitler, and on the other side we have Jesus, right? So
what?
No, but like we have.
Just let him finish. Just got really interested. I don't even know why.
Right, like
okay.
180 and 180, right? So we on one side we have Hitler, on the other side we have Jesus. I'm just saying, Sanji is not at like 100. He's not a Jesus. He's not Hitler. He's not 0, but he's not 100 either. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he's not the kind of guy that would like give away his cigarettes. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sanji hogs his cigarettes.
I agree with you, even though you're like super extreme. But I'm saying at least Sanji's 75. He's not fucking like, I know he's not 100, but he's definitely 75.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry I started this argument. I just went inside and like read your speech.
Oh, we had like 10 viewers. Now we have like 26 viewers. Like,
Cause they know this is some crazy shit, man. Like Sanji's a nice dude, man.
He's not an extremely kind person, and they trying to make it seem like
I'm not saying he's no, look, you guys are getting he's supposedly extremely kind. I'm saying put it in context. Brooks saw him give up his life for the Straw Hats almost, and this Reiju seen how how their families treated him since he was born. So essentially, they from their point of view, Sanji's one of the kindest people because not many people ever do what he was willing to do in those situations. That's all I'm saying. I didn't get like, oh my god, Sanji's the kindest person ever. Obviously, the kindest person in the crew is definitely Chopper because Chopper just saves everybody no matter what they've done. So,
yeah. So basically, you know how Chopper's character is?
Yeah.
He's genuinely kind. Like he is actually good. Not Sanji.
I never said he's 100% good though. I just said he's kind. Like he does. Like the Straw Hats out of all the pirates have a sort of kindness in them. Like I think they're probably the kindest pirates we've seen. I think in the whole One Piece world, because they've literally saved countries. They've jumped in. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man.
But why do they save these countries though? They're just like, we won't stand for injustice.
Yeah, it's not like they're saving the countries for the fact of saving countries. Like, for example, Alabasta, bro, they weren't like, oh my god, there's a war, we want to end the war, right? They were like, Vivi's our friend, so because she's our friend, and now you're like crossing us, we're gonna beat the shit out of anyone's crossing us.
Actually,
it's not that they're all genuinely kind people. The thing that they do basically they're after effects. They're not doing things because they're kind.
How that whole thing
do things and then like there are good results because of it.
And you got to remember that Rebecca gave Luffy some food.
She thought Vivi was loaded.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing, and that's the only reason Luffy's even friends with Rebecca, because he's like, oh, you fed me? Sure. You need me to kick someone's ass for you? Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's still a level of kindness to that. No, I'm just saying. There's a level of kindness to that. Just doing something just because someone helped you does not necessarily mean you're not kind at all. Like, all I'm saying is the fact that it doesn't help mean people, that you're kind. Of course it does. They didn't have to do all that stuff. They could have just continued on their journey. Who was Vivi to them? Like, literally, like probably like 2 weeks ago, she was trying to kill them in the fucking assassin village, and now they're friends. Like, come on now, man. They didn't have to do all that stuff for her, but they did because they're kind people. Same thing with Dressrosa. Like, oh my god, we gotta save this country. When Luffy found out properly what it was about, and the rest of the Straw Hats, like Frankie was like, dude, we've got to literally help these the midget people. So
no, but that's because Frankie's actually a kind person. Frankie gets like emotional.
Yeah, but I'm saying the Straw Hats are kind in general because just because someone tells you to do something, like say, hey, let's save this country. If they're not a kind person, they'll be like, nah. I don't. That's too much effort.
Yo, they're even telling you to take the L in the chat, Nicky.
Yeah. No, whatever, man. Guys, I'm just being ganged up upon, man. I'm saying the Straw Hats are kind.
I mean, I don't think there's someone who's wrong here. I just think we have different opinions.
Oh no, yeah. It's just.
I think you guys are wrong, man, about the Straw Hat thing. Maybe the Sanji thing is just up into like different perspectives on that one, because I can't change your perspective of what Oda's writing, but. I never thought any of the speeches that have been done about Sanji were trying to make him out to be the kindest person in the world. I just thought the people who said them have seen Sanji be the kindest person in the world. That's why they're saying it.
Y'all see what Chatty just wrote?
Yeah. A jungle gym? Like, what is this?
He said, you spit in my face and said, fuck you.
What did Chatty write?
Thanks, Chatty.
Yeah, someone else just said take the L for Nicky.
Stride Saint says Frankie isn't kind. What the fuck? He beat the fuck out of Usopp. Are we allowed to curse?
DBZ child, you're a hater, man. I saw that now.
I guess
don't take the L. Like, come on, man. There's no L's to take here. This argument's kind of different. And what did Chatty say?
I can't remember why Frankie beat up Usopp.
Because he had the money and Usopp tried to fight back.
No, wasn't it because they already robbed Usopp, and then Usopp was trying to get the money back, right? So he went to Frankie's house and he got beat up again.
What happened was the subordinates, they beat up Usopp to take the money.
Yeah.
Usopp came back and they beat him up.
Yeah, and then at Frankie house, he got beat again.
And then Sanji and Zoro and Luffy and Chopper showed the Frankie house their kindness.
Thank you. Chatty backed me up. He said I got the W, so fuck y'all. What?
Dude, Chatty's trolling.
I was just about to say Chatty's a troll, bro.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
why you're
man.
Man, you just got punked.
I believe in Chatty, man. Don't troll me, Chatty.
I could have sworn he said something
he's
against
trolling you
you
super
earlier.
hard.
So if guys, so now people giving me W's is trolling. All right, guys.
Chris earlier he said, "Thank you, Chris. Sanji is a dick." So I don't know if he trolling you right now or if he just generally hating Sanji right now, like he normally does.
Yeah, I'm not trolling you. Ha! Fuck you guys.
No, he said I'm not trolling. He said Frankie's the kindest. I'm not trolling.
Is it because it's in caps that's somehow trolling? No, people can shout their sentences.
Chatty always. No, you have to talk to him. That's why we're saying it. Like this kid's trolling you.
He's not. Why? Even when I get I'm getting W's, you guys can't even acknowledge the W's because there's such haters of Sanji, man. Screw that shit, man.
We're not haters of Sanji, like we're not haters of Zoro either, but they are not
exactly.
No, okay, you got no one hates Zoro on this stream. That's obvious because there's a few people here who'd put Usopp ahead of Sanji. You know what I'm saying? So their word is a bit different.
How does power levels equal hating Sanji?
Yeah,
when you put Usopp ahead of Sanji, then yeah, there's a.
First off, wait, come on, Nicky, you're trying to like change the argument. I only said end of series, so calm down.
And he's not saying Sanji's weak. He's just saying Usopp's gonna be super strong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, dude.
Nah, man. When you take when you're saying someone surpasses one of the members of the Master Trio in the Straw Hat Crew, what?
Isn't Jinbei gonna be joining? Oh wait, you think he's gonna die?
Yeah, he's gonna die. I don't think he's gonna make it.
Jinbei not gonna make it.
I still think I even think Rage is still gonna die. Like, there's too much. Like, there's too many close calls. Like, I really thought she's gonna die now.
Chatty.
In After Dark
makes me stop doing homework.
Did I make you something? Hey, is that DGK?
Yep, made me stop doing homework to go give you this L in person.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, Nick, it's all right.
If I say Usopp 3 times, DGK appears. Usopp.
Well, all I'm saying though is pre-time skip, especially like there are a lot of times they show up more so in the anime than in the manga. But there's the times where like we would see literally like Sanji questioning why people would go and help each other, as if like that never happened to me. Like what? Like why are people being nice? It's kind of like Pudding with Sanji wondering why he's being all nice to her because like she's never experienced that before. That's the same with Sanji. Sanji was always treated like absolute garbage.
Give me an example of that, please.
Of him being treated like garbage?
Oh no, not the garbage part. About him like just
well, here's the first thing I thought to mind. This isn't more so on that portion, but like you remember when Sanji? This is just show like Sanji like not understanding other people, like just in general. You remember when Zoro fought Mihawk, right? And Sanji's like, clearly this kid, like this guy Zoro is gonna lose, so he's gonna get destroyed. But then he's like, why is he still fighting him, right? And then that was kind of like this is obviously a Baratie. But this is where like Sanji was first trying to like realize why like people do what they do, right? And so that's one portion. Dan talked about earlier, which is in Alabasta, before he became Mr. Prince, I remember there was times where he would like see when they were fighting like for Vivi that he didn't really understand why they were doing it, besides like her being a female. That's like literally probably the only reason that he really helped her. Like it's just things like throughout the story that we see like the best example was when Dan brought up like the Zoro, right, with like, you know, on the whim picking up that random dude that got shot, right? Like he only did that because like I'm pretty sure the dude like slighted him, like the Celestial Dragon, by trying to shoot him. Like normally I would be surprised if Zoro just left the dude on the side of the road to die.
Yeah.
Like if the Straw Hats don't
dying
do
and Zoro walked past someone already dying, he wouldn't be like, "Oh my god, let me get you to the hospital, buddy."
Because like, if they were really good people, like all of them, like let's say Sanji is as good as like you're saying he is, in Alabasta, he would have literally walked off the fight and started like saving people, like you know, like people that are dying and shit like that. Like you know, what I mean, like every arc when people are literally like killing each other, he'd be like, "Oh no, like yeah, none of that." Like
no,
but he never, ever.
Let me just say this: when it comes to the Alabasta situation, it's a lot different because it's like They're literally going. Literally, Luffy had the best speech, just explaining, like saying, "Look, we've either got to risk our lives and take out Crocodile because he's the main problem. Like
So-
if you don't stop Crocodile, still people are gonna die.
So what about
You
Frankie House?
don't even have to go back that far though. And Dressrosa, if Zoro really gave a shit, he would have took out Pika like as soon as possible. He was playing with Pika, knowing that people's lives were in danger.
Exactly. Like if like say in what was I gonna say? Like Frankie House, bro, when he rolled up in there, Sanji, he was breaking people's fucking necks.
Did they die though?
I kind of feel like they did. Like,
come on, no one died there.
Broke through people's houses
you
to
think
make
when
a
someone gets
shortcut.
fucking gum bazookaed by Luffy and go like flying, they don't like. Do they just land like a trampoline and they're safe?
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure they die.
I remember when I first saw that in the anime, bro, in Eni's lobby when Luffy was going sick on those all those marine fodder. I think all of them niggas are dead, bro.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Like, none of them
That's
niggas went on.
There was like an intel down when Luffy like did a rocket and he knocked him over the edge. I'm like, isn't there lava down there?
Yeah, bro.
like
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Luffy
like
kills niggas, dog.
Like he's a really good. Like, and then like I go back to Frankie House. Like when they were running away, we're like, okay, like fuck this. Like they're too OP. Lady Sanji's like, nah, like you're not going anywhere. Jumps on the table and starts doing them dirty with a fucking party table kick course. Like they clearly, like, I don't know, man. I feel like the only times that they're ever like nice, you could say,
because people help them already.
yeah, exactly, because their friends are like getting like hurt.
No,
Like, that's the only reason that ever happened.
Or if their third eye is beautiful.
Yeah, like for instance, I'm gonna bring like this is filler, but in my mind it's kind of it's like kind of semi-canon, like in the anime. So do you
They
remember
helped
when
Hachi
Zoro's?
because of Kami. They didn't help Hachi just cause.
Yeah, exactly. But you remember?
No, they have. Okay, fine. I don't interrupt. Go,
Zoro.
DGK.
So you remember what's his name? Johnny and Yusaku, right? Like if you
Yeah.
remember the Dick Gang, right? When Zoro like goes to fight them, yeah, no. I was rewatching a lot of the anime, the fillers and stuff like that, just to like see some stuff. But yeah, anyway, so they're fighting the Dick Gang. It's the Johnny Yusaku Zoro flashback, and literally Zoro's watching Johnny Yusaku straight up get beat up to shit. And I'm talking like they're on the ground getting like fucking kicked in the face and shit. And Zoro's saying they're talking to this little kid that's like getting inspired by like Johnny to like stand up for what he believes in. And Zoro's like, if you're powerless, like, you know, what are you really gonna do? And he tells him just sit here and watch. And Zoro's literally just sitting there waiting until he like gets proven that like they're worth saving. Like there's a chance that he's just not gonna save them. Like, and then the only reason he saved the village afterwards was because of the bounty to get food and to pay for his own sword. Like he literally wasn't gonna save them. There was no reason for him to do it.
Wait, wasn't Sanji's first
he
appearance
could've just-
beating the shit out of somebody and hitting on his girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that guy was being rude. I never said.
All I'm saying is, last thing, I'll let you go. Remember when he kicked that dog in his flashback? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah, fucked up.
What dog? I can't remember. Which
You don't even remember the dog.
Do you remember the dog that's trying to take his food? And he's like, "Fuck you, dog! Get off me!"
Oh,
He's not trying to feed a starving dog. What do you think, Jenny? I want to see Jenny.
He's not to feed a starving dog. Yeah,
Bro.
man.
And it happens twice, never, Dan? It happens again later when he's grown up. He's going to Luffy. The same dog, still waiting there, like, "Hey, buddy."
Still
like,
starving.
yeah.
I need to see that.
That's canon. Bro, you need to see it.
Oh yeah, he calls Mago an asshole. And he's like, I'm not gonna cook food for you guys.
That's what I'm saying, dude. All I hear right now is Nicky coming to the argument with no proof.
No,
I've come with proof already. I've just said, look, I never said.
You
Look,
said, "Show me the panel." That's
No,
what
you
you lost.
guys.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys, look, all I said to you guys is, I never said. Look, I said Sanji's kind, and I said the Straw Hats are kind. I never said they're angels. I never said they're Jesus, walking the earth and saving people and stuff. But they save people. They do more than what any other crew does.
They don't save
Maybe
them
except for
on the
Shanks.
whim.
It's the reasoning that matters, though, Nicky.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, if let's
Why
say,
do they save people?
like, let's say our group, right? We'll say our group, right? So we're fucking. I'm just thinking of random ass like thing. So let's say we're walking down the street, bro, and we see like some homeless person being like jumped, right? Like normally, if there were the Straw Hats, we would just be whatever. Like who cares? Like we're not getting anything of it. Blah blah blah. But then if we turn around and it's like fucking, I don't know. We'll say it's fucking.
If that same homeless man said,
say Steve-O's the homeless man, then we're like, oh, okay, that's Steve-O. Like, okay, let's go help him.
All right.
Oh, Grim. I know. Grim and Uber both wanted to call. I know why Grim wants. He's had this argument before.
All right. Do you want me to counter this argument with?
You go ahead.
How did they get to Punk Hazard? How did they get to Punk Hazard?
Because they got
a distress call from someone saying, "Please help me! I'm going to get killed." They didn't even have to go to Punk Hazard at all, but they went there because someone was screaming, asking for help.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Originally, wasn't it that as soon as they're leaving, right, Fishman Island, they go up the bubble, whatever. That like Luffy's picking with Nami which islands to go to, and one island's like super sketchy, and Nami doesn't want to go there with like Usopp and them, and then all of a sudden like Luffy's like, "Oh look, like danger, let's go."
Yeah, I was just about to say I thought Luffy picked the island because it looked cool.
No,
yeah,
that's the island because of that.
Nah, like
they
went by it.
Cool. They went.
Yeah, it was distress call, but then I think they wanted to explore too because the island was like half on fire.
No, but it's because there was a distress call in the sense of danger. Luffy's like danger means.
Oh come on, man!
Danger equals more adventure to him.
No, he literally said he wanted the people like, "Oh, please help me," and Luffy's like, "Oh, where are you? Let me try and help you." It was not the danger thing. Is a different island. It's not the same island.
All I'm saying is that the distress call to Luffy is there's danger, therefore I'm going. Because there's fights.
Adventure.
What do you mean? Oh, dude, how does he know there's a fight? Like all I'm saying is he was helping. He was helping. He went to help them. He didn't have to. You guys,
they stole those codes.
Yeah, they straight up Zoro, Robin, and Luffy, and Usopp.
And look, all I'm saying to you is they still went to the island to help them. Not all like
no, they didn't go to help them. They were like, okay, someone's in trouble. Well, let's go. Like it's not like let's go to save it.
Come on, now you guys are trying to change what they're saying.
No, I'm just saying like it's something like okay, no, Nicky, you're about to lose.
Nicky,
I'm gonna try it, Nicky.
No, you guys are changing your point to try to change the argument.
We haven't changed the point ever.
You guys are saying the way you've explained the Straw Hats is they don't have to do stuff if it's not any benefit to them. If their friends are not in danger or stuff like that. And I gave a perfect example of someone they have no idea who that person is saying, "Please help me," and they went to help them.
This is how I put it. So Nicky, in your mind, there's two islands, right? And there's two islands. One island, Luffy hears that someone needs to get like I don't know, they need to get fed, right? They need food or something. Second island, there's a fucking like war going on. There's like fucking Godzilla's coming out on the island.
What?
No.
Which
island? Nicky, don't interrupt.
Yeah, goddamn. But like, say there's a ton of crazy shit going down on the second island. What island do you think the Straw Hats are going to go to? The island to go feed the person, or the island where there's like fucking Godzilla and shit? Let's think about guys. What do you guys think? What do you think?
Well, I mean, Sanji's going to skywalk off to the starving person, but everybody else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dude, I don't understand how you, because you know my argument's right, so you can't even counter.
No, my argument is that like wherever there's like something that intrigues Luffy, he will go to it, even if it would mean like somewhat death. Like if he doesn't like, obviously if he knows a crew's gonna die, he's not gonna go. But like if there's like some sketchy shit going on that like looks fun, he's gonna go do it. Like, bro, during the Coliseum, he straight jumped on the fucking bull and started riding it because he's like, wow, that's cool. And everyone else was like, what the hell? Like, that bull goes around killing people. He's like, this is fun. Yeah. Not until Haruden knocks him down, knocks the fucking bull down, does he start actually doing shit.
I get your point about that, but what I'm saying is, despite the dangerous island that looked pretty fun to him because of the whole navigation and the whole what's the thing called again? I'm sorry, I can't remember it, the log post going crazy and everyone trying to avoid Luffy looking at it and stuff. He still went to the island where the person was shouting for help. That's all I'm saying. And to me, it shows that the Straw Hats are willing to go to help people. Maybe not every time, but they did. So they're kind people.
But they're only doing it because it's self-interest. That's the difference.
Exactly.
How is that self-interest?
Because there's something fun to go do on the island. Because if someone's in trouble, that means there's
someone that can go beat up.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that
like if they're
you're changing the argument though.
This will be my last final point that this should decide it. In Impelled Down, I know Steve said it before. I'm pretty sure there was murderers, rapists, like serial killers, everything that you could think of. Luffy solely let them go, not because he was a nice person to let them go. But not to let them go, but solely because he's like, okay, gotta save Ace. Like here, it increases my chances of saving Ace by letting these psychopaths out of the cages.
But
you know what I mean?
That's a totally different context to
It's
what I'm
not.
talking about. That's literally to save his brother. Like, what do you mean? Of
No,
course,
but
that
he's
trumps
selfish in the
everything.
sense that he's letting all these fucking people go, Nicky. He knows that
Yeah,
they're
he
going to
even
go and do the same. Hold on, Nicky. Knowing that they're going to go do the same shit,
They did
rape,
before.
pillage, murder, kill. You know what I mean? He doesn't give a fuck.
He didn't think about that. The only thing he was thinking about was saving Ace. He didn't think about the rest of
You don't think that he
Nicky
knew
can't
what
even help
crocodile?
you.
No, Dan. You don't think that he knew what crocodile was? Like, let's be
Yeah.
honest. Like, bro, look what crocodile did
No,
before.
if you say crocodile, I agree. Sorry to interrupt, but if you say crocodile, I agree with you. But if you're saying all of those other people, he didn't give a fuck about them.
Have you looked at what those people look like, bro?
That's profiling.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
But no, if you looked at what they look like, bro, like they had that this fucking, was it the 6 o'clock shadow?
All I know, you guys changed the argument. I made a good point.
No,
and
my
you guys
argument
can't
is
take
that
it.
it's
about the
there's
post.
No one
right?
Yeah.
I got the pages.
You literally went to import down.
Fight,
I'm giving you other examples. That's not changing it.
From what we were talking about earlier, when he rearranged Wanze's face.
Yeah. My initial point, my full thing, my basis of everything is the only reason they're ever somewhat even nice is for self-interest of what they want. Like whether that be to save a friend, that's fine. It's disagreeing with facts. So
no, but there's no fact. I literally gave you a point where you can't disagree with anything about it.
What, the one about him going to help someone because they're calling for help? Is that your example?
Exactly. What else?
Nicky,
he didn't have to do that.
But
there's an island. Wait. Let me just say this. You guys say that danger trumps everything for Luffy, right? But then when there's an island, they had a choice between the island of danger or helping someone. They went to help someone, and you're trying to tell me, oh, all they do is go to places where that benefits them, where there's danger and adventure, when they literally did the exact opposite.
Well, I mean, they went there and they fought a dragon, and then they were like, "Yo."
But they didn't know the dragon was there. That's the point I'm trying to make. They didn't know any of that stuff was there, but they went to help.
But they forgot about the dude the second the dragon showed up, though.
Yeah, but
Luffy
I'm saying
knew
the
that the
intention
auction
is
house
what
was
matters.
selling slaves, and he came to save Kami, not free the rest of the slaves.
Yep. And Frankie was the only one that's like, oh yeah, like give me the key, like I'll just go save Kami. Like he wasn't like, let me go save everyone else.
And I just posted pages when they decided to go to Punk Hazard, right? Like even after they found out somebody was in trouble, Brooke, Chopper, Nami, and Usopp were all like, "No, let's not go. It's way too dangerous."
But Luffy's the one who said, I'm just saying maybe the kindness level is not the same for everybody, but I'm not. But the fact is, they did help people there when they were there. So.
But they brought,
you know what, guys? Discussion over, and Nicky's gonna be difficult.
They brought on an assassin to their crew. That's all I'm gonna say.
They saved kids. They literally saved kids they didn't have to save. Like, come on,
Sanji wasn't going to. Do you remember when he's like, "Yeah, like I'm only here for Nami."
Yeah,
like,
but the rest of the crew wanted to do it though.
Okay,
Chopper wanted to do it. Nami wanted to do it.
Chopper's a doctor, bro. That's like Sanji with
2 out of
food.
9 people.
Like that's Sanji. Like that's a doctor has to save people no matter what. That's their like.
We know for
One of
Luffy's
highlighted.
character tropes
Hey,
is that he won't help you unless you're willing to help yourself.
Yeah.
You see that several times in the series.
Okay, first of all, the whole doctor argument is bad because what's the other doctor's name that was on
Doc Hughes?
Thriller Bark.
That
doctor.
He was
most selfish. Hogback is one of the most selfish and like.
That's because he's twisted. He's an evil individual.
Oh, now he's twisted. I'm just saying, not all doctors are the same.
But no, I would argue this with that is his thing was he wanted to improve people in his own way. He thought he was helping them.
Oh no! Oh come on! But he was not willing to do what Chopper would do, just literally help.
No, but afterwards he kind of understood.
No matter who they are.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was in love with what's her name, the female, right?
Victoria Sindri.
Yeah, he was in love with her and stuff like that. And then after she died, he was like sad because he's like, A, I love her, and B, like she had a good career, so like bring her back from the dead so that she can like be the best her. Like it was his own way of saving people.
Wait, how did she die though? I'm trying to think. Sorry to interrupt.
Didn't someone kill her because like she didn't go out with them or something like that? Like I can't remember.
It seemed like they said it was an accident, but there might be more to it.
I think it might have even been Hogback himself, so I don't know.
Nah, Hogback wouldn't kill her, didn't feel bad about it. Well, maybe he would, but I mean, like, not like that.
Exactly. I don't know.
Just in general, like Luffy disregards life a lot of the time whenever he's trying to get things done.
When has he ever killed someone, people? Like, I mean, actually intentionally killed someone.
Ace. No.
Dressrosa when?
If you guys noticed, the birdcage was squeezing down the entire country to the point that like, civilians had to run down to the center. And He did a King Kong gun that obliterated most of the city from within. Do we believe that nobody died from that?
Did we see anyone die though?
Nicky,
is there a
just
panel
stop.
of people dying? No, I'm just
Do you
asking.
believe that
I'm
nobody
asking,
died
fam.
from that?
Possibly. Everyone seemed to be fine.
I mean, everyone was in the middle of the town where he King Kong gunned. I'm just.
Well, maybe those civilians are more resilient than we think.
Like he was fucking around with Dofi, but yeah, like he could have gotten Gear 4 from the start.
Luffy wasn't evil, but when he was in Gear 4, he was like, "Listen, if you guys don't want to get squashed, move out the way, because I can't control this really that well." Specifically, like trying to save them either.
Look, okay, sorry. The last thing I'll say about this, look, I'm not trying to say the Straw Hats are the kindest people in the world, but all I'm trying to say is no. I said the kindest pirate crew in One Piece. That's all I'm going to say. If anyone wants to disagree with me, fair enough.
I got you. No, the Rubber Pirates. Yeah, playing music for kids. Fuck you.
Yeah. What are you talking about? We didn't even know anything about them.
Hawkins, one of Hawkins' crew members was going to kill a waiter because he spilled spaghetti on him, and he told him that sorry. It was the fate of those pants. We won't bother you anymore.
I'm saying, Dan, the Rubber Pirates playing music for kids, bro.
It's the fate of those
bro.
pants.
Iron Man full gory right there.
Yeah, I found the panel, by the way, that caused all of this problem. It's in chapter 852, the Germa failure, page 13.
It's called The Birth of Nicky.
The Reiju says, "But you are no failure. The child that mother protected with her very life, the only one that was born with any trace of real emotion. That is who you are, Sanji, and that is why you are kinder than anyone. Anyone. That's false."
Put that in context of the environment, man. Come on, why'd you have to like just say it like that? Like there's no context for the.
So wait, what was it?
His brothers are robots and his dad's a fucking villain. So much.
No, and that is why you are kinder than anyone.
So what was the original argument? Because I wasn't here for it.
So all I say was I didn't like Reiju's speech about Sanji's kindness, and it spiraled into this.
Because Nicky's a Sanji lover.
Dude, I
like Sanji too, but
no, I like Sanji. I just don't think that what's happening.
Really? You like Sanji?
I do. I like Usopp more, but I like Sanji.
For Sanji over any.
No, Sanji's personality is asshole-ish. Like he's
bro.
asshole.
Like he doesn't go and help like guys. Like
listen, the reason Sanji is my #1 Straw Hat is not because of his kindness. It's because of his Diablo Jambe, his fighting style. That's
what I said, man. I was like, nobody's gonna be like, my favorite thing about Sanji is his kindness, and others like,
no.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's like it's not. It's like the way that he,
I never even
said your argument, Nicky.
This is what I was saying. I was saying this. They said the speeches are too corny and stuff because they make Sanji sound out to be the kindest guy in the world. And I say I disagree, and that's why I asked Steve to read. I read the first speech from this chapter that Reiju was saying in a monologue, and it had nothing to do with him saying he's the kindest person in the world. It was just kind in the context of their family, or the Vince.
I underestimated your kindness after she said you're the kindest of all.
Yes. Because of the Vince smokes of how they treated Sanji, and he's still willing to help them after all of that.
Yeah, that was in that context. Yeah.
And then I made the point about when Brooke as well, because Steve read out Brooke's speech, and I said Brooke is the only other person besides Robin, but she got it secondhand knowledge that saw what Sanji was willing to do to save the crew. So from his context of seeing what Sanji's willing to do, he thinks he's one of the kindest people to do because he's willing to do one of the kindest things, which is to die for your friends. Like all I'm saying
is that loyalty or is that?
I'm just saying it's
because Zoro clearly wasn't doing that because he liked Luffy. That was a solely like you're my captain, I have to.
You don't think he didn't like Luffy? Come on, he likes.
It wasn't about him liking Luffy or not.
That was
it was like, yo, I go down with my ship. You know what I mean?
No, but how is it? I go down with my ship is like your ship's gonna sink, but he's saying no. I'll take the whole.
No, but
make sure I die instead of the
He was saying he wouldn't betray Luffy down to the last second. He would do. Yeah, he would rather die.
Imagine
then let the whole ship sink. He'd rather die.
Imagine if you're on a boat, right, with all of us, and you find out that on the boat, on the bottom of the boat, there is some kind of hole that's like pushing in water, right?
And it's Mickey shaped.
Yeah.
Such a dickhead, man. Such a dickhead.
But no, let's say that like we have to say like, okay, one of us has to go down there, but the currents are so strong that you can't come back up and you're gonna die. But if you don't do it, A, we're all dying, and let's say B, that the ship's going down. So like, what's your choice? Like, do you die with everyone else, or do you go and like say, fuck it, I'm dying for everyone else?
There's other people that could do it though, and the fact that they're still willing to do it.
Like Mihawk says it later. Mihawk says it later when Zoro comes up to him and he's like, okay, like, why are you doing this? And he's like, there's only one other reason that someone such as yourself would give up their pride, which is for another person, which is saying that your loyalty is what's like pushing you to do what you're doing now.
Are you arguing that Sanji's nice?
Yes, that's what Nicky's trying to say.
No, I'm
okay,
arguing. Okay, no,
you even said they're the nicest pirate crew. Come on, Nicky.
Okay, yeah, no. I said yes, they're the nicest pirate crew in the world of One Piece. And secondly, my argument about Sanji being kind was the fact that basically you guys got me on a lot of points on the Sanji being kind thing, which is fair enough. I'm not
99%, but I don't agree with that 1%.
No, I already told him.
All I was saying,
all
I'm saying from the main argument was about the speeches, and I said the speeches from the people who said the speeches make total sense. They weren't corny because they saw Sanji act the kind like.
I just don't like them. That's all I'm saying.
What would you do if What would you do if you had a speech about, let's say, fucking Robin? They're like, yeah, man, Robin, nicest person in the fucking world.
Exactly. No, we already made an example like that, dude.
Like it's like if we said if Zoro was in Wano and they were saying how kind Zoro was.
Yeah.
No, look, if someone, for example, who says how kind Robin is, after the fact they found that she was willing to die for the crew so they wouldn't get attacked by the Marines and stuff, like if it was if it was Chopper or someone like that, I'd understand that speech. Similar thing for Zoro if Brooke said the same thing.
So let's go that route. So
it's really not even about the speech. This is just about the fact that Oda is trying to push Sanji being extremely kind.
I mean, that's specifically
no, but he's not though.
Sanji kind
he's not
specifically for this arc.
He's not though. It's the people who say
and it's clear he is.
No, it's the people who say the speech.
When has Sanji's kindness ever been a thing?
Dude,
the only time it's really been a thing was when Gin didn't kill him.
And that goes back to him not wanting to see people starve.
Man, but I don't know how you guys don't get it. It's the people. Look, I would agree with you guys if it wasn't Brooke or Reiju saying the speech. But Brooke and Reiju have seen Sanji do the biggest acts of kindness possible.
Nicky,
that's all I'm saying.
For the characters, it makes sense for the characters. From what they seen, going by what they what they know from Sanji.
But
what I'm saying is that the kindness aspect, the aspect of kindness for Sanji's character has never been a thing until this arc. All of a sudden it's like he's so extremely kind. Because this entire arc is just been Sanji's this kind person. Even Luffy said something about it.
It's in contrast to his brothers though, because they're not kind at all. So it's just like
that's what we're saying. In comparison, he might be kind compared to them, but in general, Sanji's an asshole.
Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the nicest person in the world. I've kept saying he's not. I've never said he's the nicest person in the world. But what I said in context of this arc, this whole nice thing kind of makes sense because the people who are saying it and the fact that if you put his brothers and himself and compare them, obviously he's gonna look like he's fucking Mother Teresa or some shit.
But Nicky, like even when it came down to Gin, like this man gave Gin food because of his past experience. It wasn't that because he liked him or because like he was cool with him or because he was being nice out of the kindness of his heart. It was because they shared common grounds and he never wants anybody to feel that same way that he did. But after it came to that, he still saw the fact that what Gin was doing to his people.
Do you know why?
That's what I'm trying to say. That like it's not a fact that like Sanji's being kind. It's that like when you compare it to the extreme that he was like experiencing before, he's now doing something that's less extreme. So it makes him seem kind in comparison only. But he's still at the bottom of the barrel. He's not a kind person at all. He's done nothing but like unmoral things, bro. He only helps people if they're females. He disregards people in general. He attacks his friends all the time and shit like that because he disagrees with them and shit like that. It may be a funny ploy, but that's exactly what it is and shit like that.
It's a gag, man. I never said.
I know that's a gag thing, all about shit like that. But like, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, he is always beefing with Zoro, just like Zoro's beefing with him and shit like that. Maybe a gag, but that's a real thing that occurs.
All right, and the Gin example, I'll just say this: the fact is, either Sanji could have ended up like Dolphy or end up by himself, like just the way he was. And that's what happens when you go through some traumatic stuff. So him still being willing to be kind to people, even if gone through similar stuff, He doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like Dolphy's not. He went through some.
But
crazy
kind
shit,
to
but he
who?
ain't kind to nobody.
Kind to who?
So Nicky,
Huh?
if Don Krieg, right, showed up at the Bratier, right, was starving to death,
He
and
was.
then I know, but let me finish, and was gonna say, okay, I'm gonna destroy the Bratier, but like he's just starving on like death's bed. What do you think like Sanji's gonna do? You think he's gonna let him die, or do you think
Like
he's
that
gonna
actually happened. Like he,
No,
That literally happened.
but he didn't
Yeah,
know that he
like
was going to attack the ship yet. He didn't know
Yeah,
he
no,
was
but then his men were starving. And
no,
then
they literally it doesn't matter. They knew something was gonna happen though, and they said.
But he
No,
fed,
no,
okay.
they didn't know. They didn't know anything was going to happen. But Don Krieg's men were still starving, and then Sanji was like, "Okay, Sanji and them was going to go make the food, but the chefs didn't make them. I mean, didn't let them. Then Zeph made the food."
Yeah, but you get my point, right? That like even though he knew that it was going to hurt all of his family and friends, he's
And
like,
then he
well, that's
threatened
my
them.
rule. He's like, that's my golden rule, along with not hitting females.
Yeah.
I will feed any and all people that need.
He doesn't do
food.
anything because he's nice. He's a pervert and he protects people from famine. That's it.
But I'm saying this, but basically the things that Sanji went through, just in general for people, things they go through tend to shape who they are. So it's him going through similar stuff like that. It means he'll be kind to people who've suffered same things as that.
Yes and no. It's more so. I agree with that portion, but I think it's more so he's a chef. And like I said, with doctors, like that sort of thing. Like for instance, so Zoro as a samurai, right? As a normal samurai, let's assume that this is how Zoro is. Let's say pre-time skip all the time. He never jumps in on a 2v1. Like he always lets people 1v1 by themselves, right? And let's say that we get to Wano, and let's just say Kuina's there, right? And say the Shogun's fighting Kuina, and the Shogun is going to kill Kuina unless Zoro does anything. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he would, disregard everything and go and save her?
All right. Do you
or do
know
you think
why
he would think, no, like, you're going to fight?
Example doesn't work already? Because the fact is, we've already seen that happen when Tashigi fought Monet, and he jumped in and slashed Monet.
No, I know, but he fights 2v1s before. Like,
yeah, so he jumps in. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm giving you an example saying that if that was his rule, that he says, I don't like, 2v1, I only like 1v1. Like
But
ever, do you think because that's like how like a normal samurai would kind of, I feel like, be, like it's like a duel. If you're dueling, you don't like. I know Grim doesn't have any honor because Grim plays right, people.
But the only problem I have with your example is literally you've just seen him just jump in a 2-on-1. Like
no. I give you an example as in, what if Zoro never says straight out to the audience and everyone that I will never ever fight 2v1. Then we get to a scenario where if he doesn't 2v1 someone that he loves or whatever is going to die, what do you think is going to happen? Is what I'm saying.
I have no idea. Honestly, I can't say that. I don't know. Like,
what should happen is he lets him die. That's my thing, because that's like his Bushido. It's like his samurai way. That's how it should be.
Yeah,
if that's the scenario.
But it's not a samurai way. You already know that though. That's the thing. That's why I can't make the argument of something that's never gonna happen. Like,
what do you mean? That's what samurais would do though. They would not fight.
No, but no. I'm saying Zoro specifically because he really jumped in when someone's having a 1-on-1.
No, but I'm saying I'm giving you a what if as in this is Zoro's personality. We know that he would jump in right now because like he'd be like, fuck that, like that's Tashigi or Kuina or whatever.
I just have the question: when has Sanji done anything that wasn't based on him being a pervert, him doing something with famine, or him trying to protect his entire crew? When has he done something that's nice?
The only time there's been something like that is when he saved Kinemon and then promised to get him back together. That's like the only time.
Each time when he goes underwater.
Yeah, well, even when they met his head in like the room, he kind of makes a deal with him.
I feel like there's more to it. I can't remember this specifically. I just remember when they went underwater. And, like,
no,
he was
900 something chapters. There's one instance.
I think there's more, but I honestly think there's probably more examples, but I can't prove it. So that's all I can say for now. But yeah.
I don't know.
I can't prove it, Nicky. Why are you arguing?
I'm not saying there's more instances. There's not more instances. I'm just saying that like his character is primarily based on him being
the majority of the time.
Yeah, with these two like particular traits. It's not that he can't do those things. It's that like his character's not based on.
It'd be like if someone said like Luffy's a fucking genius, like out of nowhere. That's how like Steve was saying that is. It's like when has this ever been portrayed as like, yeah, bro, like Sanji, man, he'll die for anyone.
And it actually gives more weight to the instance of what Reiju said, because that, like, it means so much more. Like, this guy that we know as being an asshole who's only nice to certain types of people in certain types of situations is being seen as kind and nice in this extreme situation. Like, when you definitely would not assume of that. Like, he's normally like mean to people regularly. Like, in a situation like this where they've beat him most of his childhood, he should want to kill them, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's why he's seen as so nice.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I've been saying in context of the arc. That's all I've been saying. And I agree with. I have no problem with what Devil Egg saying. 'Cause he said he thinks the speeches are shit, and I think that's fine, whatever. But I'm just saying they make sense. They're not a bad. They're not a terrible.
I feel like they're just pushing it. It's not that. Like, I get it, Sanji's a nice person, because like before like the chapter came out where Sanji says he's gonna go save his family, like I was all in, and I think a majority of us, if not a majority of people, were saying that he's a white knight, he's gonna go save them. My whole thing is, like, from what it sounds like, is Sibo and them are saying that like they're pushing it so much that like this arc out of nowhere, it's like, bro, like Sanji will do anything for anyone, no matter what. But throughout this entire series, we've never seen that be a theme for him at all.
Sanji is Superman.
Luffy literally said, I mean, that's just you, isn't it?
No, that's him sacrificing himself for his friends, though. That kind of stuff. Like,
it's one of those things where, like,
he was talking about going to save his family. Like, Sanji literally just got done saying, even though they're scumbags, I don't have it in me to let them die. And Luffy said, I mean, that's just you, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's been Sanji's character the entire time.
No, that's in context of his family. It's like, come on. If he said
that's
some
that's
other
him.
people,
That's Luffy just straight up saying that's like, oh man, that's who you
No,
are.
that's the Luffy saying that's your personality.
Yeah,
That's
like
how I've
you've done
always
this. For,
known you
like we've
to
always
be.
seen you do this. Like I'm not surprised by this.
no,
Sanji.
but he's talking about the family. That's
Have
what
they
the
seen
reason
Sanji do this before?
Oh, that's
honestly,
fine.
let's all just drop it, guys. Nicky wants to be difficult.
Yeah, Nicky's always the 99%. Doesn't want to go to that last percent.
Look,
It's okay, Nicky.
But the argument
doesn't die.
Nicky, we even said we're gonna drop it for your sake, Nicky.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All I said, the last thing I'll say about like this anyway. Like all I said, the argument.
Gotta have
the
the last
argument.
word, don't you,
Yeah.
Nicky?
Okay.
Gotta
All I'm
have
saying,
that.
the argument wasn't based on what it's come to now. The argument was just based on the speeches, and it just turned into this thing. That's all I'm saying.
All
I
I'm
never
saying-
said.
Well, we'll just throw this to if Jinbei doesn't die, we know who's right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't like. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm a man. I'll admit it.
Jinbei, I'll see you soon, Jinbei. It's been 2 weeks, Nicky. You remember that?
I said the end of the arc he'll die, and Reiju's so close this arc to dying as well. By the way,
Nobody's dying. This arc isn't epic enough for anyone important to die.
Unless Smoothie's gonna kill herself or something.
Like, listen, the biggest death
who
we had.
cares about Smoothie?
Oh, man.
I care about Smoothie. Smoothie is hype. You guys are missing out.
But look, she got a fat ass that no one can reach except for another guy who's fucking has got long legs.
I got that Yonko level dick. I'll get to it.
Oh my damn, man.
But I don't know. I don't know how you're crazy, Nicky. That's all I gotta say.
Hey man, there's always one crazy person in every crew.
All I gotta say is when we get back from the flashback, Smoothie's gonna cut Capone in half.
But she better kill at least someone. Like my whole thing is, bro. Like I wish there was almost more Capone fodder that would die, just so at least some people die from the Straw Hat side. Because if they get out of this completely unscathed, it's just like damn. Like
that's gonna be the Mommy was trash. They got out unscathed.
I don't think they.
Garbage.
That's what said Jinbei and Reiju will die. Sorry to interrupt for you.
Reiju won't die. Nobody wants Reiju to die, and it doesn't kill women.
Yeah, you tell him.
Say that to Nami's mom.
Yeah, Ace's mom.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody dies in flashbacks, bro. Come on, man.
Like children were dying in flashbacks.
All I know is that All I know is that whatever happens this arc, it's gonna be big news. That's all I know.
Big news.
I want to see how that's gonna play out with him. Watch him get like fucking amnesia after he wakes up from Big Mom's scream. Doesn't remember anything that happened.
Now he still has the photos.
I think he's gonna like super hype up. You know,
probably writing with right now. Like, Big Mom is screaming. This is big news.
Just fucking screeching like a little animal. I feel like you guys have talked about this chapter a lot.
Yeah, we should probably
Steve-O here.
wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm here.
You ready to end it?
Oh, sure.
Come on.
We'll
Okay,
end it.
Well, Nicky, you're such a kind guy. Why don't you start off the?
All I'm gonna say is this,
Yo.
guys. Reiju and Jinbei is gonna die, people. Everyone remember this. I'll say this every stream until it happens.
I know you will, Nicky. That way it's easier for us when it doesn't happen to come back and find the evidence.
Yeah, of course. I ain't gonna disagree with you guys. I'll be like, oh, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I know I'm not wrong. So
Okay, Nicky. Okay.
All right,
Remember,
guys.
we stopped number
Everybody
3.
watching the stream, like, comment, subscribe.
Or
Make sure
don't.
you show love to everybody, all people in the world.
Especially Nicky.
oh my days. Yes. Thank
Show
you,
the
people.
same sort of kindness that Sanji would show to random strangers.
My days, man.
He'll
In
die for anyone.
context,
He'll
in
die for
context of the arc.
He'll die for anyone.
In context of the arc, God.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready, brother Nicky?
I am ready.
Outer Haven.
Disassemble.
Summer death.
He's been really liking this.
Dun,
Keep
dun,
saying
dun, dun,
disassemble.
dun, dun, dun,
I'm breaking apart my arms right now. By disassembling like a robot.
dun, 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 dun,
Because, you know,
dun.
there's